My neighbors eventually decided to put fence between the houses, and they set up like for the whole like neighborhood, and they like set up a meeting with a potential contractor.
Okay.
And it took longer than it should.
No, it's all good. I appreciate you letting me know. You're usually on time, so. So who wants to do a recap of last game?
I'll do it.
Yeah, perfect. Good call.
So basically, we kind of let the nerd guy Elias go down into like the shafts or whatever.
The shafts.
To get his like little computer thing.
Yep.
Then he tried to run away. Then Vitaly
buddy.
ended up shot him in the leg and like completely obliterated his leg.
I didn't expect this
And
result.
then, well, no, did you have like armor-piercing rounds or something?
Close range.
It should have been done like a narrow hole.
Yeah, we shot him with an assault rifle at like 2 feet away.
No, my mistake was I should have like specified the exact like effect I want to get and exact like point.
Then so he's like completely like useless now, and so we took his computer thing, and it turns out to be an AI, and now we're going.
Archimedes.
Yeah, and now we're going into the nuclear facility, or we're traveling there.
Right.
And we're in the like middle
The social
social
hub.
hub.
Yeah.
And we just killed a bunch of people.
Some Russians.
And also we found out from Archimedes there's some things that didn't line up with the way things work and how like these different
Right, yeah.
silos are,
Yeah, like they.
there should have been different entities.
And we probably missing 2 access cards.
Hmm?
And we're missing like 2 access cards.
Right, so you have the
Okay.
yellow one and the
Yeah.
blue one, I think?
Yeah.
But we thought that, who was it that wasn't allowed to go into like the Russian area and then they were, or like, remember?
Like,
Archimedes?
what
Was it?
it was, what was her name? Anne, her boyfriend, was in
That's
one
right.
of the other,
One of the other silos.
one of the other silos, but apparently they're not supposed to have any contact,
Yeah, they're all supposed to be discreet entities.
and yet
Don't have
they
any
can somehow have a
cross-pollination.
relationship, and
Yeah.
so that was called into question.
Dun, dun, dun.
And
All right.
And we just, obliterated a whole bunch of Russian soldiers.
Right, yeah. So we sort of stopped right after combat. This is Elias. This is Elias's character, but it's not actually Elias anymore, unfortunately. But
Goodness,
that was how how Elias was. That was how he spoke. That was his his affectation. He'll be back. Oh, he'll be back. He'll come back as like a robot or something. I think these ones.
Oh,
I
so
think
you have this one from like two games ago probably?
Yeah, but I mean, I think what
You
happened.
have a bowl.
Yeah. Well, that one is real sealed up. I think what happened with the other one is it got like stale.
You want some? Jack?
he's not trained, he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Sit.
Surprise.
Okay.
Wild card. That's what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Mmm. Go ahead, Bill.
That's all right. I'm good now.
Have a small book. He wanted that one. Is that the one he wanted? That's like that, huh? All right. So what are you guys gonna do?
So
We were heading to the nuclear facility, or were we going?
So we just like shot like 3 guys probably, 3, yeah?
3 Russians, yeah.
Didn't we also...
Oh right, yeah, we need the car keys.
And-
Car key.
And we're actually not sure there are like no more people
Yeah,
left.
that's true.
And there was a drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw that.
And there was what was the landmine with the tripwires?
Claymore?
Claymore, yeah. Blew up the Claymore and some shit went down too.
Well, the
So,
guy blew himself up.
Who was the first one like in the row? So, whose character was like in the very front of the battle?
I think
it was.
I think Drew. Drew was first up.
Yeah, because
So-
I was standing up, or I was lying down on top of this.
So we probably should secure a place like these guys came from, and then inspect the bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the bodies are underneath here. There's one dead guy by the claymore. That was the guy that like jumped away from the grenade, right? And then there was the guy that got killed under here. Over on this side. I'm just gonna keep going through all your
That's
stuff and be
alright.
like, oh there, further in. There was a guy that got killed here who had the automatic shotgun.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of memories of that.
So I want to sneak toward this body and see like anything I can like pick up like right away.
Okay.
So I mean like special colors of like shotgun shells like we've seen in this, like I have
Right.
in my pack
Well,
sometimes.
I mean, he does have an AA-12 automatic shotgun. It's probably a pretty deadly weapon. It takes regular shotgun shells. He's got one extra speed loader. So it's like, well, the AA-12 uses a drum.
Yeah.
Like so he's got one full drum of regular shotgun shells.
So regular, not like pink.
Nothing
or
special, no. But I mean, you could take the shells out of this gun and use the ones from the special ones if you wanted to.
I see no point in this. So
Well, if you wanted an automatic shotgun, then yes, there would be some point. Otherwise, there would be no point. You
anything
want
else?
an automatic
I'll
shotgun?
take it.
Okay.
Like ID,
Yep.
like cards, like green card.
He's got a jumbo video card, and a Blockbuster card, a movie loyalty card. You rent like 10 movies and you get an 11th DVD.
It's like in Russian or in English?
Russian.
So how do I know what's in the card?
Because the Blockbuster logo is the same. There's just more like more letters that look like reversed.
So any other like artifacts?
He's got some sort of strange vest on underneath. He's got a bulletproof vest, and then he's got like another vest on underneath it. It looks like it's got. It looks like sequins. You know sequins? You know, like a slinky dress that a lady wears.
It's like little scales almost.
Yeah, like little mirrors.
Yeah.
Little tiny mirrors all over it. Like a tight fitting,
Okay.
sort of like silky, you know what I'm saying? Like a. So it's, and as you like take the vest off to look at it, it like falls down and you can see like it's a full length sort of dress, I guess. But it's silky, like little mirrors all over it. You can look it up, like.
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, I got what you're saying.
Okay. Sequin
Weird.
dress, yeah,
Super weird.
like full length.
Like a lady's dress?
Yeah.
Oh my
And this is a guy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, he has like a weird armor. We should inspect like this.
It basically looks
Just
like
a
this,
dress.
except the top is like it's not. It doesn't have a plunging neckline. It like has a regular like a t-shirt sort of thing, but otherwise it looks like this.
Okay, so Aquaman?
It's could be sort of like radiation.
He smells a little
and
like
radiation
vanilla.
signal.
Oh.
No, it's just it's just weird.
Okay, so we'll inspect it later. So can I then probably?
Oh, and I can also tell you something else. He also has these little. All of them have this little tag that's like attached to their chest, and it looks like you can roll on. Do you have any like nuclear skills? Someone who has
He does.
nuclear skills
I do.
can.
Yeah.
Nuclear disposal,
Yes.
nuclear use, whatever your highest nuclear ordnance skill is. Demolition, nuclear. Right here, under N. Explosives, nuclear ordnance.
Yeah, it's from. Yeah.
13? Okay. Yeah, you passed. Say, so what these are there, and they're all wearing them, they're basically badges that are made to change color based on the radiation level that you've been exposed to.
Hmm.
And all of their badges are red. So they've all been exposed to like very, very high levels of radiation. So wherever they've come from, they were in an area either.
So what the Geiger counter tells about the bodies?
Yeah, I'll use my Geiger counter on.
Yeah, they all are warm.
Okay.
No, I mean, but does they like emit radiation right now? If they've been exposed to radiation, so they should be like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're warm. Like they're all
okay.
showing. They're all ticking. Like they're not ticking a massive amount. Like they probably weren't exposed for a long period of time, but they've all definitely been exposed to radiation of some sort.
Okay.
So from a common sense, is this like costume itself like reusable? So can we use them? I mean, this badge mean that owner got some radiation, or this badge mean that like costume is not helping anymore?
It seems like it'd probably be for the actual person themselves.
Yeah,
you roll
yeah,
something?
yeah. I can tell you that they're not wearing anything that is providing them any sort of nuclear protection.
And what about this like weird costume?
It's a weird
it's
costume.
not something that he's seen before. It's not. It doesn't seem to be something for like nuclear.
No, so I thought that
Is
is
there-
this badge like a part of this costume,
No,
or
the
just
badge
like
is just
hanging?
it's separate. And only one of them is wearing the badge. I mean, only one of them has the special dress. The special outfit.
All the Russian soldiers are wearing the badges.
Yeah, they all have the badge, but only one of them is wearing the special.
Mhm.
It's called the SS. We're gonna call it the SSS, the special sequence suit.
So anything else about these guys? Like any? So I'm not sure how to call it. So have them any like distinguishing signs? Like can I? What is my guess? Like who is like a main guy here?
Yeah. So all of
What's the
their
rank?
good idea. So good question. All of their ranking insignia has been removed from their outfits. So you
So-
can see that at one point there was like rank somewhere, and it's been
It's
torn
pretty
off.
common for Russians.
Yeah.
They love doing this.
Right. Yeah, before they get into firefight, they're like, "Come over here!" No.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my SSS. I'm sorry, I'm wearing my SSS.
So again, like any
Are
other
you
guess?
gonna take the SSS? Are you gonna put it on?
No, I'm not gonna put it on, but I would like to try to take it out and see what's down there. Anything special
see
about
what's
this
down
guy?
there.
See what's down where, like under the suit?
Yeah.
I think it means down there. Is this a woman or not?
Oh, it's a man.
Okay. Let's check.
It's a man.
You can see it with how tight the
You,
dress
you
is.
take
So-
the SSF off the character.
Kings and
So what's
Do you want to keep it? It weighs about 2 pounds. It's quite
I
heavy.
didn't notice that until I was older.
so what is made of? So what the material?
It looks like, so the outside has these like sequins, like it looks like sequins on the outside, but the inside it looks like it's got some sort of like light cordura material, like some sort of like tactical material underneath. It definitely doesn't look like a dress now that it's like you're looking at it. Like I mean, it looks like a dress, but I know maybe it's not a dress. I mean,
So,
the
like,
material still like a mini.
You're a clever guy, so what the hell could it be? So
yeah, you're the clever guy. Roll on your clever skill.
let's ask artificial
That's
intelligence.
the nuclear guy. Okay,
By
so
the way.
how is this?
Oh, yeah.
Is any of this like stuff actually emitting radiation? Like, should we be careful about?
Everything about these guys is emitting radiation.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we should.
But I mean a light dose. I mean it's like
Yeah.
you'd have to be exposed to this dose for a prolonged period of time. You know you've got some skills in nuclear skills, right? In terms of like, don't you have like
Oh, hazardous materials.
right?
but
So
not-
you know that like the level of
Yeah.
that was coming off his Geiger counter. You know that like you'd have to be exposed to this level of radiation, like repeatedly to that level of radiation for days in order to suffer any like lasting damage. Like obviously it might make you sick, and if you're hanging out with it in it for a few hours, it might make your hair fall out, but it's probably not going to do any like it's not going to make any changes on a cellular level.
Don't need any more of that shit. So.
It's gonna embrace it, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna like
I
shave
will
it all
eventually.
off. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing this since I was like 22, so.
I have a skill for environmental suit. Could I use that on the like weird dress thing to figure out what it is?
Yep, you can roll on your environmental suit at a -2.
No.
You have no clue. It doesn't seem to be like sealed in any way to provide any sort of access. However, when you are looking at it, it looks like there's some sort of a hood that you can pull out from the neckline. And the hood looks like it can actually be sealed up around the face. And it's got like eye holes in it, like a Mexican wrestler mask.
Like my best guess, it should be like anti-radiation suit, but I have no proof so far.
Why is it
Just
why is it
so let's just make a test.
dress?
So I have this like dress of the guy.
Yep.
So can we just like put it somewhere else and just measure
You-
radiation
you-
emitted by
you
this?
You can put it on.
No, not yet.
I like how you're pushing that. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm not putting it in. He just looks good in the dress.
so does it like emit radiation?
No.
Like this suit itself?
No, it doesn't
Independently,
emit.
it
It doesn't emit radiation. No.
But like any other piece of clothes will.
Yep.
So that should be anti-radiation suit. We will take it.
I think let's take it.
Okay. Who's gonna take it?
I am.
Okay.
No, you won't.
Is it like proper size for me?
Oh yeah. It's very slim. You have to try it on, but it looks like it's fairly slim fitting. Like it's gonna. You have to wear it underneath your armor. You know, like it's skin tight.
Okay.
It must be like one of those like dollar store gloves, or it's like one size fits all.
Yeah, that's
you know,
right.
like-
Yeah, it hugs your curves. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. +1 on reaction rolls.
okay. So what about next guy? So I don't remember. So which one of those? So who shot?
So there's
like-
this guy with the shotgun, right? There's the guy that's over here that had his head blown off or whatever, that had the machine gun. And then there was the guy that stepped onto the claymore, and he's just a bag of meat.
So I would probably like sneak toward this guy and take a peek behind the wall.
Okay.
So what's down there?
So you can see that there is one of the silo entrances. Like, you know how there's a silo entrance here, here, and there?
Yeah.
There's a silo entrance there, and you can see that the elevator door has been locked open, and it's got some sort of it looks like what are they called? Like, you know, a jack, like a hydraulic jack, except it's like a hydraulic jack that's made for like heavy machinery, and it's like really, really quite industrial, and it's got like yellow and black, like warning.
That's what we had to do, like on that one.
Right. So it's like it's locked open, and you can see that there's like, and when you look in, it doesn't look like there's an elevator there. There's just a shaft.
Okay, so then I will expect like second body. Or maybe somebody else.
Well,
wanted
this
to-
guy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has what looks like to be like some sort of an MP5. Or no, or sorry, it's MP7.
So it's submachine
MP7.
gun? So
Yes,
it's-
submachine gun.
Okay.
MP7 with a silencer on it,
Mm-hmm.
and like a laser sight, and a bunch of like accessories. It's got like a front, you know, like an angle grip, and it's got like a stock that's like a hydraulic stock that like reduces recoil, and it looks like the clip is like an extended clip. And it also looks like the clips, there's like two clips and they're taped together.
Does this guy have a radio?
Yep.
Or previous one?
Yep, this guy has a radio.
So can I just try to? I want to listen to the channel
Okay.
they've been using in case like something will appear up there.
So when you listen, the only thing you can hear is like there seems to be like a faint pattern of like through the static you can barely hear what sounds like the sound of someone pressing on the transmit button in a sequence. Like someone is like clicking on and off.
Clicking Morse code.
Yeah, like clicking Morse code.
Is it like absolutely like same sequence or just like
Do
like
you have Morse code?
no? No,
It's
I'm
a
not
very,
asking.
it's a very long sequence. So you don't know if it's a sequence or if it's someone communicating.
So I will ask our artificial intelligence.
Yep.
If he knows like anything about these guys and pages.
I have mathematics, so I could possibly.
Yep.
Would I be able to translate?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can, you have, well, you can actually like plug the radio into the computer, and then it can tell you,
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
So so when you start like, so the computer, Archimedes starts translating what the Morse code is, and he says, oh yeah, it's definitely Russian. Hang on, let me translate.
Mhm.
Advanced team down. They're stripping our bodies now.
They can see what we're doing.
Stripping our bodies now, as if there's one that's left alive on this floor that we missed.
I don't know.
So can I keep like Artemis connected to the channel?
Yep.
To see if something new will be going.
Yeah. There's just sort of like, there's silence. Obviously they're not.
Can anyone locate? So you have like electronics.
Yeah.
So this code could probably be emitted by some like sort of electronics on these bodies. So it could be like sort of like, in case they die, the equipment start like emitting the signal.
Either way, I
Sure.
think we should keep a lookout. Like,
Or like it's like another
see
drone,
if
something
there's-
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that would be my guess. Like, that'd be a lot more of an efficient way to
Yeah.
do it with a drone. I don't know.
What are you rolling on?
Electronics.
For what? What are you trying to do?
I don't know. What do you want me to do with that information?
Whatever you can, like you pro in this like area.
And you're the pro. What are you gonna do? I guess the thing is asking you to like try and triangulate what radio is coming from, right? That's what
Yeah,
I'm asking
yeah,
for.
Yeah. Okay.
So you'd need
have-
like engineer, electronics engineer. Yeah, roll on the electronics engineer skill at -2.
Okay. No.
That's almost that is a critical failure, is it not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I roll an electronics operation, or is that not?
Yeah, you can roll an electronics operation at a -3.
Okay.
So when you do that, your radio, yeah, that's really terrible as well. Your electronics kit is sort of like something shorts out in it, and you need to replace the batteries before you can use it
And
again.
then if he says
Oh.
-3, so it'd be like whatever
Okay.
number is.
Yeah.
While we're figuring all this stuff out, I'm gonna take that submachine gun.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
it have any like clips on it? Or?
Yeah, there's two. Well, there's the double clip that's on it, and then there's a second double clip. And you also notice that one of the second double clip, the bullets
Yeah.
that are in it are painted purple.
Sorry?
You play fighting.
So same color?
Same color, yeah.
Okay.
But it's on the spare. It's on the spare clip, so it's like
Okay.
two clips of purple.
Okay. So do the clips that I have for my submachine gun work with this one, or is it like a completely different?
They're both 9mm. You have to. I mean, the bullets will work. The clips won't. So you
Okay.
have to take the bullets out of your clips and put them in this. This gun is definitely probably superior to yours.
Yeah.
So it's like 9mm or what?
Yeah, it's 9mm.
So
Yeah.
Critical success.
and we have this like green ammo. You have like one handgun with green ammo, yeah?
Yeah.
And like Anne has second one.
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay, and I have like shotgun with
Purple shotgun
yeah,
shells,
yeah.
and these are purple bullets.
So any ID paperwork on this guy?
Same thing. He's got one of those radiation sort of things.
Like third one? Third body.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the third body.
I'll just use my turn on the third body.
Okay. So you turn the guy around, and you can see that he's got his hand on the radio, and he's like, and you can see he's like, you can see his chest is like moving really, really quickly, like.
I grab the radio immediately
Yeah. Okay. You grab the radio out of his hand.
and proceed to smash his head with it. Oh shoot! Well, I don't want to waste my bullets.
Just had it.
Smash his head with the radio.
Okay. Are you like
We
killing him
just
with the radio?
blast him and
Killing him with the
interrogate.
radio.
Okay. You'd like smush his face in with the radio.
Perfect. Okay. Now
I
that's
think
done.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh no.
With the bottle?
Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
I'll think about that right now.
Maybe you do.
So can I stabilize him?
No, he just got his head smushed in. He got killed with the radio. So I said, you're killing him with a radio. I said, yes, smush, smush, smush.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
dead.
pissed off with these guys, sorry.
Yeah.
See, you've done the same thing yesterday, shooting them in the freaking little cop. Okay.
Well, I don't mind enjoy it, but we could like get some information out of this guy.
Well, you can get a radio out of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a radio stuck in his head. You can get that information out of him by
Yeah.
taking the radio out of his head and then using the radio.
So should
we
I
already
ask
have-
like other guys on, like guys on other end?
Yeah, why don't you see if anyone's
Yeah,
going
I
to
guess that
answer
might
you?
have been a little impulsive.
That would give away our position though.
They already know you are.
So now we have like no signal, no Morse code.
No Morse code.
Well, the thing is that probably like we had like no connection, like no radio connection down there.
Oh.
So not a fact that there's other guys got this message. They could,
Sorry?
So you're great?
but
Yeah.
Way more useful.
so we'll keep listening to this channel.
Okay. You can just connect it. You can keep it connected to the computer, right?
Yeah.
And then the computer will like monitor it for you.
So again, no IDs, no paperwork, no blue cards.
Same.
And the pockets, and obviously check the body, all the pockets, nothing.
He doesn't have a dress on.
No dress, okay.
Could you please check the way to elevator? So it could be like other traps or
Yeah.
like claymores.
Okay, traps.
He has like
I do believe
Roll on traps.
traps.
Did you roll that bowl of chips over here too, William? Thanks.
8 on 11.
Yeah, so you make it so there's no other traps on the way over there.
Okay.
what's down the shaft
Yeah.
or up the shaft?
If there's ropes in the shaft, and the ropes have Jumars attached to them.
Where's that?
Yeah, Jumar is like a metal sort of handle that you, and then a loop. So you put your foot in the loop, and then you put your hand. You can, like they're called there's descenders basically.
Okay.
So actually, Jumars are ascenders, not
Right,
descenders.
correct.
So
Right, sorry, because that's what it's done.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
come up from downstairs.
so again, this shaft goes down or up.
It goes both ways.
So I asked Artemis what's on the way. So on the way down, it goes to
On the way down, it goes
to silo.
It goes to silo. Yeah.
On the way up.
On the way up, it goes to like an outdoor entrance.
So we had no such a thing in our one.
Yep, it's exactly the same as yours.
No, we had like a different elevator to.
Sorry, yeah, I
the-
apologize. Yeah, this one only goes down. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because there's that same thing before where it goes like, do I have the small one? Did I erase it?
You erased it.
I think I erased it. So it's like the same way. There's like 3 silos, the social in the middle,
Mhm.
and then each one has like an elevator up.
Which are all shut down at the moment.
Right,
Okay.
correct.
Any of these guys, like, what about like other part of climbing equipment? So like Jumars is like not enough. Should be like harness or something like this.
Okay, I'm not
You
the only
use-
one there.
There doesn't. It looks like if you go back and you explore the bodies, it looks like the bodies like they had their belts had clips for them to clip into,
You're welcome.
sort of like an integrated harness.
We have to take those.
Yeah.
Probably. Yes.
So we're gonna take the harnesses.
Yeah. And Jumars.
Anyone have climbing?
Yep.
I do.
Just
Do you have climbing?
I do not.
Okay. So you both have climbing. Do you have climbing?
I should have to double check, but I'm pretty sure I do.
Okay.
Thanks.
No.
Yeah.
Want a chip?
Oh, I'm good, thanks.
Want a chip?
Good.
I've already been eating them. Man.
Well, I'll put them right here so you have easy access to them.
Yeah, I need to fatten myself up.
You do. You're way too skinny. You can have some of my fat.
You can never be too skinny.
What do you mean? You can never be too skinny, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I don't know, I think that's, you can tell some people in like concentration camps and stuff and like,
Well,
not concentration camps, like torture camps, you know, they're too skinny.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
they could use some food, some fattening up, you know?
It's like too extreme. I mean normal.
Oh, okay, so yes, you can be too skinny, but in regular life you can't be too skinny, is what you're saying. As long as you're healthy, you're good.
So,
What about people with eating disorders? Are they too skinny?
Well, that's
Those are
not
extremes
normal,
too.
so.
Yeah.
just a well of controversy.
The opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the participants, and not necessarily reflect those of the. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have climbing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So roll on your climbing skills in order to be able to descend into the shaft.
We're not
Only
gonna do
offensive
this.
If you offend one person. When you
So wait a
offend
sec,
the
we're
other
not doing
We're
this. We're not going down.
You're not
We're
going
just
down?
picking equipment.
Okay. You
So-
pick the equipment.
So,
The equipment weighs about 3.5 pounds per person.
Oh crap.
And the reason why I know this is because I gave her character climbing equipment and then removed it because it was too heavy. That's how I know in GURPS whether it's 3.5 pounds for climbing.
so
I'm already
Can-
heavy enough. I can.
can we? Well, we can just like hide it somewhere nearby so far.
Yeah. We should just try to.
Can you set up like any sort of trap on this entrance?
Hmm?
Can you set up like one of claymores
Can
on
you
this
can you
entrance?
make a can you everyone make a perception roll that's by the shaft?
Oh, just passed my one.
So is everyone is by the shaft then?
Yep.
Is it telling you're by the shaft as well?
Well, I should be. Actually, we just got back to this guy's to inspect the harnesses.
Okay.
I'm not sure. So, but we could be at the shaft at the moment.
Okay.
Well, I was.
You're at the shaft? Yeah, because you were picking up the machine then, right?
Yeah.
So you look up the shaft and you can see it looks like someone is descending down on one of the ropes. It looks
So
like
I made it,
it looks like a figure is like climbing down the ropes, and it looks like they're holding like a small ostrich. In their hand.
So, like, he's trying to escape.
No, someone's coming from up.
So
Someone's
the
coming
elevator
from above.
goes down.
Right.
No.
The Russians came from below, and they
But
they
you
climbed up
just
to you.
mentioned that the shaft only goes down.
Correct, but there is like an area above the shaft, like coming from.
Okay.
They're not in the shaft. They're
Like
coming
from machine room.
Yeah. From like up above in the thing. There's like a rope, and you can see that someone is like descending down,
He's got an ostrich.
and they've got like a small, well, not like a big ostrich, like a small ostrich.
Like, it'll look
like
like
a emu.
Yeah, and the person is very tiny.
What the fuck?
Like it looks kind of like a kid.
What the fuck?
So descending with hands
I
or
think
with
I know.
They're
equipment?
on a rope
Like with equipment or
with some
just?
sort of climbing equipment, and then they're holding onto
Explain-
this like
explain
they're
yourself,
onto
Corey.
this
Explain
small ostrich. Like a bird with like a weird neck.
It's a bird card.
So it will. He will be like passing us.
Yeah, they're gonna come right down on top of the elevator. They're gonna be like on top of the area where you're on. Or it.
So I will aim at this
Yeah.
and ask the guys to keep it alive. Like try to get it alive.
You're gonna shoot it?
Do not
Not
shoot
yet.
Okay. Okay.
So when it will be passing me,
It's
like
gonna
I
come
will
straight
do
down on top of like where the mesh is on top. It's gonna come down like right above where you guys are.
Oh, so it's not an elevator.
No, it's in the the shaft.
Oh,
Like, you know, the big
okay.
shaft. like
Oh,
the-
yeah.
in,
So
in the ground. Yeah.
So I will aim and wait like till it does something weird or like.
One false move.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the rope is here. It's basically whoever the person is, they're going to drop down onto the mesh above,
Yeah.
and then they're going to be able to climb down. So you can describe yourself now, if you want.
How could you climb down from this grid?
Well, you can just cut the mesh and climb
Oh.
climb through it.
Uh,
You know, if you had like a knife or, a whip or something.
Okay, ostrich lady, explain yourself.
I don't know, very like generic white girl. Brown hair, like no particular marks that would indicate like anything special.
Right.
Other than my Celeste.
And so you're wearing like some sort of like combat fatigues of some sort, whatever the camouflage is up to you. Yeah, it's under your equipment. It should be
armored
an armored
uniform.
uniform. So you have a uniform. It can be whatever color, whatever camo.
is it
you want
different from
to be.
Russians?
Yes, it's definitely different from Russians. And then she also
Good for
has some sort of a like a ballistic vest over top of it.
Yeah, with like all kinds of like bows and shit strapped.
Yeah, she's got a a compound bow over her shoulder, and she's got like a hip quiver with like arrows bristling out of it, and it looks like she's got at least 2 whips coiled on her hip. You can't see any traditional firearms.
No.
I've seen this before.
It's not a Mexican guy, would not. So.
No.
So it's probably like his wife or friend.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the Mexican guy?
He just hasn't come back. He expressed his regrets. for not
So
being able to come back.
I'm just trying to hide, stealth, and watch the person.
Sure.
But I've also got this like very angry looking bird.
Well, yeah. So you're
My
holding
arms.
it on your arm, so you can
Yeah.
throw it out, and it can like it can
Absolutely
circle.
throw it
Right.
out. Yeah, as soon as there's room or clearance.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah. So you like the person coming down sort of like tosses this bird into the air, and the bird slowly starts like flying lazily, like doing circles around the room, and you can see that the bird is wearing some sort of lightly like metal armor over its body.
It's a drone killer.
And it's got these weird, and it's got weird long
Very
legs.
nice.
Like it's a really big bird. It's 4.5 feet.
Yeah.
4.5 feet.
Yeah,
in-
they're
in
4.5 feet
length.
long.
It's called the secretary bird.
Who got this like
Oh, I
secret
can see
files I
why.
got in the beginning? So any other like girls on our list?
It's not from the list. It's not from the list. Yeah.
Okay then.
So anyway, so you like sort of like drop down onto
Yeah,
the,
I'll
onto,
just,
onto the
um,
mesh, and you can like.
Well,
So this. Sorry, go ahead.
okay, yeah, I'll just like signal the bird down and look at what's going on.
So you
around
sort
me.
of like there's basically like imagine the like when you're like it's the underneath of this sort of area kind of looks like a shopping center, and the way like the shopping centers have little kiosks where you can buy stuff. There's like a little coffee place and a little like
Okay.
where you buy like cell phone cases in the
Yeah.
middle of the mall. They look like that around here.
Okay.
And then there's like little like fountains and little like benches, just like you'd see in a shopping center. You're in this gigantic like shaft, I guess, that's sort of like cut out of the rock, hewn out of the rock. Then it's about maybe 3.5 kilometers wide total. And you descended down from the surface down into this shaft, and there's now like the tops
Like
of
3 kilometers of rope.
Yeah,
Well, where am I located exactly?
Could you imagine like 3 kilometers of rope?
just imagine 3 kilometers of rope. Does it work for you? Can you imagine 3 kilometers of rope?
Well, I have like my biggest experience in this sand is probably about 300 meters.
Right. So
Straight rope.
think about that
It's
rope,
almost impossible.
but like way longer. That's what it's like.
How did
Okay.
she bring like this rope?
Well, it was probably here. Maybe it was made out of some sort of like cable from up on the surface, like a coil of cable that she slowly undid and put down. Anyway, regardless,
Okay,
we're suspending some
okay.
disbelief here. She does have a bird as well, so pretty unrealistic. But anyway, yeah. So but on top of this whole sort of like shopping center sort of looking layout, there's sort of like a thick mesh material that would be used to like stop detritus and like stuff falling from down the shaft down to
I'm
people that are
on
underneath it.
top
So you're on top of that mesh. Yeah.
Can I see through it?
You can sort of see light, like you can like when you stick your head like really close
Oh.
to it, you can sort of see through. It's very tightly
Okay,
woven
yeah.
mesh. You can see that there is there's it looks like there's someone standing in front of the elevator shaft here.
Where am I exactly?
You're sort of like above, like here.
Okay.
So is it me or since I'm hiding?
No, it's not you,
Okay.
because you're hiding. Everyone else is not hiding. So this guy is sort of like standing here, looking into the elevator shaft, and he seems to have some sort of submachine gun in his hands. There's a guy with like his shirt like up over his head, and he's sort of like over here. You're over here, right? Oh no, you're by the dead guy. So yeah, you're over here, and then there's no one else. You can't see anybody else.
All right.
But they don't look to be. I mean, you know that
Yeah.
there was like you killed a
But
couple
I'm
Russians.
somewhat obscured though, right?
Yeah. They can't really see. I mean, there's a shadow on the mesh, but
Yeah. I guess I'll just stay put for now then.
okay. What do you want to do, Tom?
So, like, can I notice that she's actually sees those two guys?
No, you can't really see that. Because it's just a shadow in the mesh. And there's two shadows, because there's a bird shadow as well, but they're both very similar in size. So you can't tell which one is the person and which one is the bird.
So I am whispering in the radio that someone like on the mesh.
Yeah.
To you.
I saw
You
it.
broke down. So and you just like standing.
I don't know what.
Nobody knows how to read this.
This is a whole new territory, man. Crazy lady with a ostrich.
Crazy lady.
Shout out, you up there with the ostrich. Explain yourself.
Yeah, so these guys are definitely speaking
So-
English. So they're not.
Okay.
You killed a couple
Well,
Russians upstairs.
I can already understand that.
Yeah,
Anyways,
right.
linguistics. Alright. Well, they're talking and not shooting, so I guess I'll jump down.
Okay. So you can sort of like climb. There's like you find a small
Yeah.
slit where the drone had hit, and you
Okay.
can kind of like tear it open, and you can climb. You can slither through,
I can like
and you can
push
push
my birds
you can
reverse.
push, you can push Celeste through the hole.
Yeah.
If
alright.
anyone wants one of these, go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, I love ginger ale. It's the best. Do you want a ginger beer? They're here. You got them in there.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just, slide the bird through.
Okay.
Slide my
So yeah, so you basically like a bird sort of like drops to the ground here and like goes into like combat stance.
What does a bird combat stance look like?
Kind of like that
I'll
karate
show
chop.
you. It looks very much
Pretty
like
amazing.
it looks like this.
There you go.
That's actually frightening.
So-
Oh, it's at
So
4 feet tall.
you mentioned
Yeah.
like metal on the bird.
Yeah, so the bird is 4.5 feet tall, standing.
Yeah.
It's a very large bird, and it's got some sort of like it looks
Does-
like to be some sort of like plates of.
Does it look like embedded on this bear, or it's just like
no,
handmade?
just like yeah, it's just like strapped on.
Mhm.
And you can see that like on the backs of its feet, it's got these gigantic like metal spurs.
Awesome.
Like with like blades
I will
on
probably
them.
aim the bird
You're gonna aim at the bird? Okay.
and keep hiding.
Okay. Are you gonna go over and say hi?
No.
I'm not saying hi to the bird. Sure,
Well, the bird comes down first, and then like
I
this,
just
this
plop
other
down,
person
yeah.
like slides down beside. And I don't know if you would take any of your weapons out, or if you would just sort of stand ready.
No,
But you can like
um,
hand your hands like.
Well, you said there's like little like kiosks around
Yeah.
here,
You
right?
can buy some coffee.
I might actually just go into like klepto mode and start like searching around in there,
Okay.
ignoring them completely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the bird kind of like watches them.
Yeah.
And you kind of just like go and you like tear open. There's like like the cell phone stores, they have like a canvas around them when they're not open, and then they open it and roll it up, and then they sell their wares. You sort of like untie it and you start like poking around, and like you start filling your pockets with coffee filters.
Sweet.
Your bag, you like take coffee filters out of the box and start putting them in your bag.
Another thief, what do you think?
What? Another what?
Thief. So we had a previous one.
Oh.
Oh, you didn't. You
Yeah,
haven't
the
met.
other guy with the knife. He was a thief. Well, he was greedy, right?
Oh, okay.
But he collected the weird stuff like staplers and.
So I mean, we had like man version of Tomb Raider. Now we have woman version.
So what do we do?
The confusion that this is creating.
This just turned into an anime. I mean, like I don't even know what to do.
Normally I would shoot.
Yeah, but you can now see that it's like a 14-year-old girl, by the way.
Yeah, it's like a young girl.
I'm
She
gonna
doesn't look older than 14 or 15.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly walk towards the bird and lower my weapon
Okay.
so that it doesn't claw my eyes out.
Yeah, the bird just watches you and makes little like noises and they watch as you walk over. The bird is it's over 4 feet tall.
Jesus
It's gigantic.
Christ.
It's a gigantic animal. Drew, what are you doing?
Where's the bird?
The
Where's
bird is
guy?
Like-
the
like
bird is
here.
like right here.
Okay.
The bird is like right here, and it's
No
sort of
little action figures.
You can do that too.
Yeah.
If you like little action fingers too, I'll give you a little action
No, it's
fingers.
fine.
No, I'm not looking for bird. I'm
Oh,
looking
look
for
at that
map.
map. Yeah,
There's the bird. There.
yeah.
There's the bird.
Is it Kakuman or something? No,
Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
That's right. Throwing the book at you.
open faced.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
efficient.
This is Ruben's character.
Texting us girl.
It was mine.
Oh, is it yours? Sorry. Where are you hiding?
I suppose I'm hiding here.
'Kay.
At the body.
Okay.
So like right behind.
This is you, Ruben.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna make you this character.
See,
Yeah. So that's it.
distinguishing. That was the word I was looking for. No distinguishing marks. There we go.
So as you walk by, the bird sort of like walks and sort of, and you try to walk around to sort of talk to the girl. The bird sort of like
Like, no.
stays between you and kind of just paces and just like looks at you and goes,
What the fuck is happening?
Like a Sketsy from a Dark Crystal or something.
yeah, exactly.
God damn it.
Okay, I'm gonna try and just like sort of slowly move.
You're trying to flank the bird.
Flank the bird.
Okay. Would the bird like let him flank, or would the bird like step between the two of you? You can definitely hear there's a
No,
couple
I think
people approaching
I
you
think
at
the
this
bird
point.
Bert and I have been working together for a long time.
Okay.
I think he would let them
Okay.
step in between.
Okay.
Mm.
So Drew, you sort of hang out here.
Yeah.
Is he facing the bird or
And-
facing me?
Like, how tall are these kiosks? Can I see like?
They're like the kiosks are maybe like if here's a person. The kiosk is like. No, maybe not that big. Not that big.
Okay, but I've seen that the girl.
You can see like through it. You can see like
Okay.
there's like spaces and.
So can I call out to the girl in a non-threatening manner?
What do you want to say?
To not alarm the insanely
Large
scared bird,
bird.
and just ask her where she came from and what she's doing here.
Sure, go for it. You can
Okay.
role play it. Right, stand right
Okay.
over there.
Hey you!
Freeze.
God, that bird's scary. Where did you come from, and what is your business in this facility?
I definitely like. So he's facing me, like.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
talking through the kiosk.
Okay.
And so, like, I mean, as we talked about before, you have the same sort of like mission they do, which was sort of like you've been sent by someone to you've actually been sent here to extract an item from one of the silos, and you don't know. Well, I would give you more if you wanted to. I don't want to give you information about it in front of these people, so if you decide to continue to play this character, I'll give you more information. But you have some information about an item that you have to procure.
Okay.
And you know that there are other people here. You know that there's obviously some violent people here, because you killed a couple, but you've also found some. These are not the first friendly characters that you found.
Okay. Alright. I just kind of like keep rummaging and just basically say, "Oh, I'm looking for something."
Alright.
So I just keep looking.
You finished filling your bag with coffee filters.
Alright.
There's no more coffee filters left in the box. You're kind of disappointed at how unfilled your bag is. There's a lot more space left in your bag, and there's no more coffee filters to go in. Looking around to see if there's anything else you can put in there, but nothing else really catches your eye.
Oh, okay. So there's obviously just like the elevator shaft left is the like. exit.
Yeah. I mean,
And I've noticed that there's just bodies everywhere.
yeah. There's like 3 dead Russians,
Okay.
and you killed some Russians up on the surface as well. So these guys obviously seem to be fairly proficient.
Okay. Well, then they don't need my help,
Right.
like to save them or anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'd probably just like move on.
Yep.
Be like, okay, well, the only other way out is down. So I'm going if you guys are.
She jumped down. Sorry.
You can take some leadership, you know. You can be like, yeah, we're going down. I'm following the crazy bird lady.
Yeah.
I'm going down with or without. It's just if you
Yeah.
guys are coming along.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm stepping out of this like and coming toward them. So
Okay.
like
you
firearm
see
is down.
Yeah, you see another gentleman, sort of a skinny gentleman who can never be too skinny, stepping out of the shadows. He has a name tag that says, "Hello, my name is Rick," and he's bristling with assault rifles and weapons.
Might ruffle a few feathers with the bird.
Yeah, the bird.
Just like
Yes. A bird slowly walks towards you and like looks at you.
So,
So that's down.
Down where? Hi. Hi, by the way. So
Yeah, you introduce yourself as Rick.
yeah. So how did you get here? So do you work in this facility?
I'm Michelle. I came from up there.
How did you get up there? So did you work in the base?
No. Nope. I was sent here.
By her.
Sent here with who?
I don't actually know.
What does it mean?
They never told me.
So are you on sort of a job?
I was trained not to ask questions.
So I'm like, I'm just like, I'm not supposed to like ask question. I'm asking you. So I hope you will answer, not ask.
I can't really tell you what I don't know. I just know I'm after something.
So I mean you didn't like work on this base, so you've been
No.
dropped somewhere, like
I was,
helicopter, like
I
airplane?
was dropped off and sent to find something.
Something what? So maybe we already found it.
I can't say anything just yet.
Then you're not gonna know.
I know what it is.
So
I
maybe
can't
I carry
share it
this
with
in this
you.
pouch.
It's very secure and private information.
Maybe
I
it's in
can't
my
just share that
backpack and
with
you'll be
strangers.
looking for it.
You have a scanner that lets you know where it is, and you know that it's not on his body. Sort of like a
Is it
like it's got a tracker on it,
okay.
so you have a location tracker that you can
Oh,
follow.
sweet.
to-
Okay,
yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
marked.
Yeah,
Great. So
yeah.
I look and I'm like,
So and where are you going to go for it?
damn,
Down where?
the hole.
Oh, it's interesting. We will watch.
Well,
Yeah, let's just.
I'm
just
gonna
let's
find it.
just
It's
get
not
down
on
that-
you.
let's just
I
get
got it
down
right
that
here.
hole.
So I'm just like curious how you will get down.
I'm like 14. Like, no sense of.
And then like holding on to the bird's legs and just like drop, and you like flying
Like that, and you're holding the pigeon.
Why? Where?
down the shaft,
Which shaft?
the one that's open.
Oh, down
You
that
would
one.
actually do
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
down silent.
That's the only shaft that we can go down. So.
Actually, there is the third one.
Well, yes, but.
You haven't,
But then
even,
sure.
Currently in front of us.
you haven't like explored the third shaft
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So what would you like to do? Are you going to go down the open? So right now, so when you look over here, there's a.
Yeah.
You're not sure whether or not the tracker is pointing down in this shaft
Yeah.
or in the next shaft. You know that the item you're looking for is probably around 4.5 kilometers away.
Okay.
So it's down in some direction, but it's not giving you like the granular direction to say, you know, like head down Rose Street, turn left, and then like turn right at the Starbucks.
So-
It's like sort of just generically down.
Can you show me your tracker?
I can flash it to you.
So does it show like direction?
It just shows like it's just
Can you just like so we're standing right here. Can you just like draw an arrow?
yeah, it's just like basically down like sort of within between where the two silos are.
So definitely not the first one.
Definitely
and,
not
and
the
not
first
the
one. No, it's
not
somewhere
the reactor.
it's somewhere underneath this location.
So not under the reactor.
It could be. It's very like because it's so far away, it's not really giving much of like
Okay.
a
So it just point like straight down.
yeah. And as you move around, the arrow doesn't really move very much
Mhm.
because you're not moving
Directly
far
moving.
enough in order for
Okay.
it to like change.
Mhm.
But you do notice that on the tracking device, there is a bunch of like the keypad is in Turkish.
I don't know what is Turkish.
It's I mean, fine. I'm telling you, it's in
Yeah.
Turkish for your character. It's in like sort of all the letters you can't read them. It's in a language you don't recognize.
That's funny. So, just for information, there is at least like 3 shafts going down. Which one are you gonna choose?
Like, what's right in front of me at the?
Well, from where you're standing, like you can see the sort of past. There's like a big like information board here, and you can see like past this board. There's sort of an elevator that's already open. It looks like it's got some sort of hydraulic jack holding the doors open.
Okay.
So there's one elevator that's like readily accessible to go down. You can see that there's like ropes hanging inside it, so you could go down that one. There is also, when you look to this direction, there looks like to be a similar elevator, except it's closed.
So we can see the door from this point, the elevator? So we can see like third elevator?
Yeah,
we never inspected
you can see
before.
the third elevator. It looks exactly like the first one, and then it's closed.
Okay, well, if that one's already got like cables or ropes running down it, I might as well.
Yeah, that would give you like the fastest route. If you're not like hanging out, you know, waiting around, sort of socializing, you know, kind of trying to make a decision, this would
Well,
be
I
like
have a job
the fastest.
to do,
Yes,
so
exactly.
I don't have time to chit chat. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like grab the bird and hop down that rope
Okay.
/ cable, whatever it is. That's
So
where I gotta go.
I suggest we check check like third elevator really fast and go back and follow her.
Sure.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. For the sake of like keeping the party somewhat together, I'm going to say that you're taking your time to get to the
Yeah, of
elevator,
course.
so that we're
Well,
not
I
like separated.
I don't want to die
So-
just yet.
Oh yeah.
No, I want to follow her. Just want to check
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
elevator. It's
saying.
like, first
wanna
question:
open
can
it?
we open
Yeah.
it? Are there
No,
like
you
any
want to go
buttons?
over and there's buttons by it, but all the buttons have the same lockdown symbol on them.
Like
The
just
nuclear lockdown.
just like a like that. So it's same as nuclear lockdown.
Yeah, the logo that's on it is showing that there's that nuclear, but it looks like this shaft that you were in, I don't know if you looked at the door when you left. You didn't like open the door, exit the elevator, look behind
Well,
you.
I
at what
do
it
have
looks like.
eidetic memory.
Yeah, but you would have to actually look at it.
Not sure. So I would probably do this when it's locked, but we didn't play.
Yeah, it looks like there's some sort of palm print scanner on this elevator.
So what sort of technology is this? What are my chances? So from the first glance, do I have like any chances to break through this?
With a hammer, you could probably.
No. With the
Oh, like hack it?
yeah, hack it.
You don't know, but you would guess probably not. The computer, the AI tells you that it's a the biometric scanner is a very good one.
So like no other interfaces.
Basically, the Archimedes lets you know that basically once it has a successful handprint, it will open an ocular scanner and do an iris scan. So you need to use the hand scanner in order to open the ocular scanner. Then the ocular scanner will verify who you are.
So can we set up Claymore in front of the door and follow her?
Sure.
Roll on traps. Don't critically fail.
Yeah, I'm making like few steps away.
Everyone trusts
Moral
you.
support right there.
Come on, Trevor McTavish. You did it. Congrats. The Claymore is set up. You sort of managed to hide it as well behind a trash can so that people can't see it.
So let's follow the girl.
Yep.
Okay.
We have like all equipment.
I think I gave you climbing. I don't think it did.
I did get climbing, yeah.
Right, so roll on your climbing skill and add +2.
But she used like
so,
a
so
bird.
you're rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're taking the skill.
Yeah.
So there's a number beside it.
Oh, I'm climbing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you add 2 to it.
Okay, so it's 13.
And then you're rolling under 13.
I got like exactly.
That's fine. Defender wins. So you sort of like clip onto the rope and you can like slide down the rope like face forwards with your bird under your arm. Boom. Yeah, she just sort of starts sliding down the rope. So there's 3 ropes.
So let's try to follow.
Yeah. So roll climbing, Ruben, +2. Climbing, right there. Dex +0, right? I think. Or was it Dex -1? Dex -1, right? Yeah. Okay.
And there was a +2.
Yeah. So you're rolling on the. Is it 11 for you?
Yeah.
11. So you're rolling.
Can
on
we get
13.
like any more bonuses as we take our time, like not rush?
Well, there's 3 ropes. Who's going on the same rope as she's on?
I'm definitely not.
Okay. So go. So roll on.
Bird at the
No,
bottom.
you're already getting a +2 from the equipment.
Well, I'm not sure what kind of like descendant device we have. But no, normally it wouldn't work like on a loaded rope. It would be hard to clamp it there.
Right. I mean, for game purposes, using climbing equipment provides a +2 bonus, so you can sort of, detail whatever if you just want to use like a rappelling ring, you can use that. Like it doesn't. It's whatever you would like to sort of. 12. Ooh, you made it. Drew, can you roll on climbing, please?
Sure. What is that? I don't have
It's under C for climbing.
Yeah, but I don't have that.
You don't have it, so it's Dex -2.
Can I help him?
Yeah, you can.
No.
Can I help him?
Yes, you can help him. So how are you
What
gonna
should I
help
roll?
him?
Like,
You're
dude,
gonna-
I want to check if he like climbed everything properly, so he's just
He's
not
never
gonna fall
climbed.
down.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Can I
So,
just,
I'm
can I just
doing, like-
parachute down because I've got parachute.
I want to
Do you
check.
have a parachute, or you just have parachuting skill?
I have parachuting skills.
I want to check his setup, so he's not gonna just fall
he
down.
has no clue what he's doing. He's just
I take my
he-
hazmat scoot and
he-
make a.
He was just
parachute
gonna climb down, like hand over hand down.
So
the
I
rope.
will stop him
Okay.
and show him like how to climb it like properly.
Okay, so you can roll on your dex.
How hard is climb? Okay.
No.
Fail.
Okay. He starts sliding down the rope, sort of very quickly.
No acrobatics, but don't know how to.
No.
Perfect.
Okay, so you're sort of sliding down.
Okay.
Roll a strength check.
Yeah. Tied. So
You
that's-
tie? Okay, so you manage to like put your hands on the rope, and it like you slide down and you leave some of your skin behind, but you do manage to slide to
Don't I
stop.
already have like no skin on one hand? From
Yeah.
On one finger.
Oh, one finger.
Ow.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah,
Well, you got it back, so and
you
like, what
lose
it is.
1 hit point
Okay.
from the
Descent.
from leaving your your skin behind, and you scream out. It hurts quite a bit.
Okay.
You're -10 to all your skills for the next hour, and I'm just kidding.
We call that
Yeah.
not so microdermabrasion.
Yeah. Macro.
Macro
dermabrasion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your finger got degloved. That's what happened.
Eagle.
Oh,
he
even
degloved
worse.
his finger.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so Ruben, you got it. You're climbing down. So which rope are you choosing? Are you choosing one of the ropes that these two guys are on, or are you choosing the rope that?
No, her.
Okay.
If it's technically possible.
Yeah, of course, it's very possible. So
Okay.
roll on your climbing skills +2. Don't mess up.
Made it?
Okay. All right. So you all slide down. The ropes are quite long, about 1.5 kilometers
Are
long.
those like climbing ropes? It's like metal?
No, they're seem to be like a metal cable that's got some sort of sheath, like a fiber
I mean,
sheath around
it belonged to elevator or it belonged to these Russian guys?
It looked like it belonged to the Russian guys, but it looked like that it's like purpose built for this, to be a long rope. It's the same sort of technology.
How
as the
did they
rope, but
manage to attach them?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Too many questions.
They're dead. You can't ask them those questions.
No, I've probably seen like.
Yeah, it looks
attachment
like
point.
there's some sort of like it's like
Sort of anchor or.
like shot up into the no. It's actually like shot into the.
Why I'm asking, so I'm just interested if they came from like down there or.
It looks like they came from down there, but I mean they could have come in from here, gone down, and then come back up again.
Then they probably would like fix them
Right.
in another manner.
Sure.
So just tie them. So that
Yeah.
was the question. So.
Yeah, it looks like they're just shot
They
into
shot,
the
yeah.
ceiling. Yeah. So it takes you guys about 20 minutes to get down to the bottom. You get down to the bottom first.
Okay.
As you start getting down towards the bottom, you have a small radiation sensor, and it slowly starts climbing as you start getting closer towards the bottom.
Okay.
It's not terrible, but you know that you
I
can
don't
only,
want to stick around.
you know that you can spend about an hour in this certain like environment. At the bottom of the elevator shaft, which is sort of where you're standing on. So when you get to the bottom, you're actually standing on top of an elevator.
Okay.
It's a large, think of like the top of a cylinder,
Mhm.
and there's a hatch that's open,
Oh, it's already open.
Yeah, it's open in the middle of the elevator, and you can look down and you can
I
see
like
there's like red light shining up from inside the elevator, and there's also, you can smell smoke. Yeah, and you can smell a strange. It sort of smells like I don't know, like some sort of. It's a strange smell. You can roll on your IQ.
Yeah.
-1, so you're rolling under a 11. Oh no, one. Rolling under a 9.
Okay. Ooh.
It's a memory. Yeah, you can't place it, but it's something from you remember it from Africa. You don't know
Okay.
where, you can't place where you're trying to remember where it is. It might come back to you, but it's something that you're sort of familiar with, and it kind of like, it sort of makes your stomach kind of do like a little flip flop, like it's
But
sort
it's
of.
still curious though.
Yeah,
So I'll hop down anyway.
Okay, so are you letting your bird down
No,
first?
no,
Okay,
no.
you're gonna hold
I'm,
on.
I'm going
Hold on
for
to
no. I'm
Celeste?
leaving the bird. I'm leaving Celeste up top.
Okay.
While I go down first to check.
Okay, so you can sort of like jump down, and you're in the elevator. The elevator doors are open into the floor. The floor is very, very different to the other floors that you guys were in. I'm gonna draw a little piece of paper for now.
So ambush is not here.
Ambush is not here. So the elevator door is open, and you're open into a very large room. The room is the floor of the room is covered in sawdust, like about half a foot of sawdust, and you can smell some sort of animal, like some sort of like, yeah, it sort of smells like a bit like a barn.
Okay.
You can see that there is like very, very dim lighting all the way around the corners of this whole space is like small kind of like movie lighting, like when you're walking up and down an aisle, there's like the lights that sort of like follow your way. All the way around the edges of this space is this dim lighting. There's smoke that's sort of billowing from some sort of area over in this corner.
But it looks contained. Or
you can't really tell where it's coming from. It's quite thick wherever the source is, wherever it's coming from. There's like, it's sort of billowing out like this.
okay.
And it's quite light when it gets to you, but it's obviously like coming up through the elevator. In the elevator, there are 2 dead bodies.
People?
They're people.
Okay.
They're both scientists, and it looks like they're one of them. It looks like his spine was snapped fairly effortlessly by whatever did this, and the other one has a handgun in his hand, and he's got a gunshot wound in his head.
Interesting.
And there's like GSR on his wrist.
GSR.
Gunshot residue.
So are we already down there?
Am I down there?
No, me.
No, I'm just GM. I'm telling you.
No.
No.
Oh,
Is it
just
just
you, because you've got about another like. She has about 45 seconds of head.
This is on the floor of the elevator or under? How did?
So the elevator had a hatch
Yeah,
on the top of it. She went
yeah.
into the elevator, and inside the elevator is where the 2 dead
Yeah,
bodies are.
that's what I'm saying. Okay.
It's only 45 seconds, and I'm probably like looking at the bodies at this point.
Yeah, okay.
Trying to get down.
Sure. So you get a little bit of a sort of jump on these guys, so to speak, in that you find one of the bodies has a like a pass, like a swipe card.
Okay.
It says, and the name on it is Dr. Ernesto. I don't know if you want to write that down or not, but you can write that
Sure.
down if you want.
So we don't know about it.
Well, she
We're
may
not there
choose to
yet.
share it with you or not. So
We're
yeah,
not there yet.
Dr. Ernesto,
Yeah.
and it's level 9 access.
Oh.
And this is on the body that has the shotgun wound, the pistol wound to the head. The other body, you just start searching it when the first person comes down. So I think you were the first person to roll climbing.
Yeah.
So you're now on top of the elevator, and you look down, and you can see that what's your character's name?
Michelle.
Michelle is like down there, and it looks like some sort of body, and she's like rummaging through its contents.
I climb down.
Okay.
And
So you see the same thing. Obviously,
Yeah.
I don't need to describe
Yeah.
it. It's busy. Okay.
wait, so all there is the dead bodies, like in this.
In this elevator, yeah, the elevator looks not like super dirty, but there is definitely like footprints of there's like a little bit of the sawdust has been tracked into the elevator through, like I guess on the bottoms of these guys' feet, but there's also like the front of the elevator has a little bit of sawdust, kind of like as if it's either blown in or if it's like this. It looks like the elevator has been open for some period of time, and there's enough like it goes right over the edge into the. It's not just like it's not clean, right? It's quite like
Right.
yeah.
So is the elevator door open or is it closed?
The elevator door is open. Yep.
Can I see into the?
Yep. So you can see. You got night vision or?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So if you have night vision, you can see. I don't know if your night vision was on. I assumed it wasn't. So
No.
anyway, when you look into this room here, you can see there's some sort of light emitting from this corner somewhere.
Okay.
In this corner here, and there's a large space which is sort of like a, I guess like a large. It almost looks like a rodeo ring.
Huh.
Like it's sort of like metal fences around the outside, and there's like some dull lights all the way around the edges, and the whole floor is covered in like maybe half a foot of sawdust, and you can smell. It smells like a rodeo ring. Like it smells like whether it's horse or some sort of animal.
And it's like main entrance to this asylum.
It seems to be on whatever floor that this is on.
So, am I here?
Too?
Yeah.
You come down. You're next, right? You're second. Yeah. So anyway, you climb down and you jump down as well, and then you're as well.
So I'll probably like need like a couple minutes to see all the stuff you mentioned.
Right.
So my question is, in the elevator,
Yep.
how many buttons are there?
In the elevator, there are. Like you mean on the inside of the elevator or on the
Yeah,
outside
on the
of the
inside.
elevator?
On
On
the
the inside of the on the inside of the elevator, there's 32 buttons.
Any like anything at these buttons like numbers or
Um,
description?
the top 8 have 1 to 8, and then the 9th to the bottom are colors. And so like let's say like 9 to 14 is green, 15 to 18 is blue, 19 to 21 is like a brown color.
And just like in the first silo, so that was like the main
Completely
elevator.
different. It looks the elevator is completely.
But in that
panel-
one, like it was like the elevator which can take you on all these floors and on top.
Correct.
Like here.
Yeah.
So when we've been like descending, were there like any other like levels? on
No,
the
you're
way?
you're. It looks like from the elevator, from what like the elevator looks like, you're on the first floor, the second floor. Sorry.
So what the first one was?
The first
like,
one was above, and the first one is like a it's got like a ring around it. Like there's a 1 with a ring around it, and then 2, 3, 4 are just regular numbers.
So this is basically going down like 10 or so more floors down.
There's 10 or more floors
Then it
down,
was
and then all the
then was-
colors
then was
past
possible
that. Yep,
before. Yeah.
correct. Yep.
Cool.
So is it possible to like to path the elevator somehow, like and see what beneath in the shaft?
There's no. There doesn't seem to be any sort of hatch in the bottom of the elevator.
But on top of it, though, how tight is like usually like elevators go on the guides.
Right.
And technically, you can squeeze like between the elevator
Yeah,
and the rest of the
these are
shaft.
completely sealed.
Mhm.
Like there's a rubber boot around each of the rails so that you can't even like squeeze past it.
Mhm.
You do notice that beside like the door open, door close button, there's a switch. There's like a little metal like a little hat switch, and it's right now it's currently up. So like I don't know if I'm describing it correctly, but like so here's the elevator controls. So this is the way the elevator currently looks, right? So there's these buttons. These are all buttons.
Mhm.
There's a switch right here. It's on the up position. Little like pull it closed, and then beside each of these colors, there's a key, like a keyhole.
Mhm. So it's like you have to have a key to go on that floor.
To go in these like colored ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like again, like, any like text on this panel. Like,
No. What do you want to do, Wizzo? Tell us. Okay, what do you want to do, Drew?
I don't care. That's my actual player names. So we've inspected the bodies completely at this point, right? Both of them?
It looks
What about
like,
the
well,
one
you
with the
haven't,
spine
and Michelle has, but
Okay.
there didn't seem to be anything of real
Yeah.
interest on any of them.
And the floor that we're on, that we're looking, so
You're on the second floor.
but like the elevator floor is the one with the sawdust. And we
Yeah,
can
it
go-
just comes
we can go
right out.
and we
Yeah,
can
the,
go
ele-
out and see.
the elevator opens onto this, so this
Oh,
is not the elevator, this is
Yeah,
like the elevator
that's
opens
what I
onto
was
this. Yeah.
trying to figure out
Yeah.
before. Okay. Can we see, I mean, do our key card type things fit those holes, or I'm guessing not?
No.
Different type of.
No, they're just like regular like metal keys.
Can I try lock picking anyone?
Yeah, you can.
All right.
Okay, so roll on lock picking. What do you want to do, Ruben?
I'll wait until all these guys are.
Jesus Christ, it's like the worst day of throwing. No.
Yeah. No, you're not able to lock pick any of them. They also seem to like not take your picks properly. Like they don't look like your picks are made for traditional tumbler style locks, and it doesn't seem like these are tumbler style.
Okay.
Security MTech.
In the meantime, I draw a picture of neurotic art,
Okay,
just for fun.
like on the ground.
Sure. In the
Okay.
sawdust.
Okay.
Pass the time.
So
It's one of my skills.
this I want to roll criminology to find out when those guys actually died.
Died? Good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
And
roll on.
what was the cause of the death? Like, well, it's
Sure.
pretty natural that one of those died from this shot.
Yeah.
But when does it happen? I mean, I want timing.
Yeah.
So
go
it's
for it.
supposed to be like before Russian scam, if I
Yeah.
can like evaluate, or like after Russians, or maybe Russians kill them. So I
Yeah.
made it.
It seems like they've been dead over 12 hours.
So before all this started. So
Well, no,
so
it
it's
was
like
about-
after
You
accident.
said it was about 18 to 20 hours was when the accident occurred.
Yeah, but like before Russians came. So some.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably died as a result of the accident,
Right.
and then like any footprints of Russians around. So did they came from this floor?
Yeah, it looks like there's footprints in and out of this elevator.
Looks like Russian boots.
Did you look at the Russian? Oh, you have eidetic memory. Yes, it's Russian boots.
Okay. In and out. So we're not sure. So maybe they came using this elevator. So
Is there
on.
anything that you want to do?
Yeah, I'm a little concerned as to where that animal smell is coming from
Okay.
and what ripped apart those men.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to use my thermal scopes to see if there's another heat source within the room.
Okay. So you sort of like take your bow out and you like scope out through the. You can see through the smoke quite easily with the thermal scope,
Yeah.
and you can see it looks like there's some sort of fire
Yeah.
over here. In the other corner, it looks like there's something warm, but not like like you can't tell if it's moving or not. But there's something that could be potentially animal-like. You've
Like
got
how,
that.
like how big?
Like
Like bear size, moose size?
You
like,
don't know.
like twice the size of a bear. Like half
Like
an
a
elephant.
black bear, a grizzly bear.
Half an elephant, twice. Two bears, half an elephant.
A polar bear.
A polar bear, yeah, maybe it's a little bigger than a polar bear.
Okay. So I can see that there is something in the room.
There's something in the room, yeah, but you can't tell if it's. I mean, it's warm, and when you look at it, it's got like the warm, like the signature that you'd be like, oh, that's probably something that's living, but you can't really tell. Like it's not. It looks like maybe it's lying down. It doesn't look really hot. It looks warm, so it could be hurt. You don't really know.
So what about cause of the death of the second guy?
It looks like he's been kicked.
The fuck?
Like by something like humanish or not humanish?
Difficult to tell, but you'd probably guess not humanish. Like,
Any
like,
claw marks?
the foot is like
Spines broken.
the impact of the back where it's broken. It looks like larger than a normal human foot.
But it's a foot or just like something?
Well, I can't really tell you if it's a foot. It's not. I mean, you can't tell by
Yeah,
looking at it as
okay.
a foot. Yeah,
That's
it's
what
a
I meant.
large, something larger than a human foot.
So like large bruise damage.
Yeah, gigantic. There's like hemorrhaging around it.
Wasn't the spine completely severed?
Yeah, the spine is just like though shattered.
Holy shit.
Well, I don't have night vision, so I don't want to go in there, even with my stealth. I don't know.
You don't have night vision?
No.
You gotta step up your game.
You're very
Yeah.
ill prepared for this.
Everyone
one.
else got stealth night vision. Night vision and thermal vision.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to take lead?
Before I move forward, I
Yep.
want to see if I can maybe make out of the pharmacy or poisons or whatever to try and maybe make a sedative.
Okay.
For whatever's sitting right there.
Yep.
I don't want to get closer to it.
Yep. So roll on your pharmaceutical skill.
Okay, that's currently sitting at 10.
Yep. So you fail. So you think you've mixed something. It doesn't appear to be the texture that you're used to normally mixing for this sort of thing, but you used the right components.
Okay.
So it might not be like you sort of trying to put it into a syringe and it's not really going into the syringe properly.
Okay.
But it's not like you fucked up, or at least you feel like you didn't
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
up. You're just
yeah.
like, oh, this is okay. It seems a little thick. It's a little difficult to get into the syringe, but otherwise you're like, yeah, this is good. And you
Can I use
you
my-
have poisons, right?
I was gonna say,
Do you have poison?
poisons, yeah.
Yeah. So you notice that this character is like Michelle is got a similar sort of kit to you, and she seems to be like except she's got a whole bunch of different vials of like chemicals, and you recognize some of them as like synthetic components of poisons, and it looks like she's trying to mix something together. You can't really see what it is,
Yeah.
but you definitely sort of notice
Also,
that.
animal handling that might come into play. It's,
Do you have animal handling?
yeah.
What animal handling do you have? Dog?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I don't know.
So what do you want to do?
So
Are you putting it in a syringe or are you putting
No,
it
I'll
on
be
your
putting
arrows?
it on an arrow to
Okay,
shoot.
okay.
Yeah.
So you
And I
like, you
will
like
be
sort of
taking aim.
okay, so you sort of like spread the thing on and you like. Are you walking in or are you just like are you going to try and get one of these guys to? You gonna ask Celeste to go in and give you a?
No, this
Rock
thing's a
Bottom?
bit big. I don't
Okay.
want to endanger her life.
Okay, sure. She's
She's
fast. She can also get away. Like
Yeah.
she does have the ability to dodge.
I'll
I'm not saying you have
no,
to. I'm
I'll
just
call her. I'll call her down to my side first
Okay.
before I go in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do, Ruben? It seems like no one even wants to walk into this room.
That's what I'm doing. I'm
I
walking in.
will.
Are you walking in?
I will slowly make my way.
Okay, so it seems like Michelle, like,
I wanna get
she's
closer
got like
to
an
where-
arrow knocked, and she's like slowly like creeping in through the sawdust, walking closer towards whatever this is in the corner.
I whisper
like-
to her and ask, "Do you see something?"
how bright is my cutting torch? Can I use that just as kind of a flashlight so I can at least see?
Do you not even have a flashlight?
I got shit.
Yeah, you can definitely light it up. So the moment you turn on your cutting torch, no one else can see.
Oh, fuck.
You can see because you're past him. You're past him.
God
But everyone,
damn it,
it's just like he
no.
like thumbs on
No.
this super bright like
Why was
Oh,
that?
no.
torch.
Why did you not give my character any night vision? And everybody else?
Because some
Yeah,
people got it and some
essentially
people
you're like
didn't. There's
asking me
nothing in
this.
the world.
I would have literally just said like, quiet. I think it's sleeping. You know, like this is gonna fucking.
Yeah, maybe I should track that. fashion.
Well, no, you just do what you do, man.
You have
No
the
one
street
can
version.
If someone tells
Yeah.
you, like, don't do it, then you can turn it off. But if no one's going to say anything, are you going to tell them anything?
Man, what did you do?
It's like, well, I can't see what
How loud do you say that? You're
On
like on the radio?
radio. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have your radio on?
Yeah, I got it.
You
on.
sure?
Turn it
Okay.
off. Okay,
Okay.
good. Yep.
Okay, you turn off your
I
torch.
slowly
It-
follow
it'll
complete
take,
blindness.
it will take 9 or 10 seconds for your gear to like.
I'm kind of like
Resensitized.
behind the elevator door.
Okay. Drew, what are you doing? You
I'm
can't see
backing
anything.
away
You
in
can't see
shame.
anything right now.
I'm just sort of following stealthily.
You're following who?
Stealthily.
You're following. You're
I don't
following
know.
Michelle.
I'm just
Wait,
walking.
wait,
I can't
with the
see
bright
anything,
light?
so I'm.
Are you
no,
gonna
I-
grab hold of his shoulder and like walk holding his shoulder?
Yes.
Okay.
In a purely platonic fashion.
Okay. No homo.
How close are they to me?
You're about 15 feet past them.
15, only 15 feet.
Yeah, yeah.
I really don't like that torch.
Well, you can't see it. It's turned off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was behind you.
Okay.
So like
perfect.
it didn't affect. So you weren't using night vision. You're using thermals.
Yes.
So it didn't spike anything for
Okay,
you.
perfect.
Yeah.
But I can still, like, while I'm aiming, I can still see through the thermal at whatever.
Yeah, basically you're looking past. Like you're not. I don't know if you didn't tell me whether or not you had your night vision on. So I assume
I don't.
You told me you
No.
didn't. So it's basically quite black, quite dark for you. There's. I mean, you've got the lighting around the edges, which you can see,
Mhm.
sort of like the it's not like mood lighting. So you can sort of see
Yeah.
the areas. You can't really see where this fire, except when you look over with your thermal, you can see that this is a fire
Yeah.
somewhere over here. But you're sort of heading towards the general area where the where this warm spot is, and so you're looking past it. But then you're every once in a while you just like think of it like you've got a scope and you're holding
Yeah.
it in front of you, so you can look past it. But then you can also look through your and
Exactly.
see more detail.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna erase this map a little bit so I can draw it out a little better.
So here is the ambush.
No, unless I can put it to sleep. Whatever it is. May not even be an animal.
Well, it's probably dead. Like Russians came this way.
Well, it's still warm.
I don't know.
Like my best guess is just like a dead body.
Well,
It's just
why-
not cool yet.
Thank you. I say I got to go into the map making business. They charge way too much money for these maps. For these,
Yeah.
I guess when you corner the market, it's. So let's do something like.
I think like market is not too big, so they have to charge a lot.
I guess so.
Is this like actual distance?
Hmm?
I mean, what's the scale of the map?
Yeah, it's 5 feet per square. So it's
Okay.
approximately the same as like. Which you were this one, I think, right? So you're about here.
Okay.
So you
Drew,
mentioned 15 feet ahead, so it's like 3 squares.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're already in this room, okay. I would probably go like toward the like edge and try to follow the edge
Okay.
and see what's there.
Are you a bird with you?
Yes, my bird is to my side, yeah.
It's not a very good size. This is way better.
Alright. What is
I have
that?
no clue. I've had it for a long time and I have no clue what it is. It looks sort of like that. Looks like a little dog or a little
Rat.
suckling pig or a rat or something.
I don't know.
It's weird, right?
Its mouth is open though. That's,
Yeah.
that's all I can tell is it looks like a little screaming pig, but
Yeah, that's
it's
what
got
I thought
a
too.
bushy tail though.
Yeah.
So Yeah. Anyway.
So when you go to the edge, Vitaly,
Yeah.
when you go to the edge here,
Dyer's
you can see
squirrel.
that there's. Sorry, I gotta move this out of the way a little bit. Can you just hold on to this for 1 second? At the edge here, you find out that there's sort of like a door here that's closed with a panel beside it.
Any like footprints leading this way?
It's all sawdust here, so you can't really tell. Like it's disturbed everywhere,
Okay.
so it's really difficult to tell.
What sort of lock?
It looks like to be another like hand scanner. So are you continuing to move ahead, or are you staying where you are? What's your?
I'm gonna take my shot.
You're gonna shoot at it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So roll on your bow skill, and you can add +2 from your scope. So whatever your bow is.
So 15, 17.
Yeah. So you're rolling under 17. Yeah, easy peasy.
No
So basically, and it just like sticks in. You hear a slight noise, kind of like a.
Wait a minute, what's this again? I kind of phased out again. What's
That's
that?
the bird.
That's fine.
Oh, that's the bird, okay.
Yeah, something moves, and then it stops moving. You hear.
What night?
You also you hear.
What do I hear?
Oh, you don't hear anything.
What's night vision shows on this pile of crap?
Nothing. It just looks. It looks like a tarp. Maybe you can't really tell. Something. Some big, distinct shape. Indistinct shape.
Well, I'm checking that I have like full clip of armor piercing rounds. Like
I thought you only had one clip, don't you?
no.
That's
So,
what happened last time. On his character sheet, it only said like one clip.
That's-
Like, you have 12 bullets. Congratulations. You have a lot of guns.
One for each gun.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Your disposable guns, right?
That's right.
One's use and throw it away.
Yeah, you got a full
So-
clip.
So I will like sneak toward the edge, like watch in front of the doors.
Okay,
like,
so keep in
what's
mind
at
that
the edge?
the edge has lights all the way around it.
Oh.
The
I
edge
didn't know.
has like ambient lighting. Like, you know, in a
So-
theater,
And the lights are in this corner as well.
it looks like the lights are only like for the first, like on the sides. They go all the way along the sides and on the sides here, and there's nothing at the back.
So I can see what's at the edge.
No, the lights stop about like 20 or 30
But
feet.
I can see like this
Yeah,
fence,
there's
a
nothing
wall.
else.
Or
It's just
what,
a wall.
what? Just a wall.
Yep.
So then I will probably step over.
Okay.
And again, just try to sneak.
Okay, so
follow
roll on
them.
stealth. Are you going to go stealthy?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going past them or are you going with them?
Would depend on their speed. So I'm not gonna exceed like
Oh,
safe
what are you
stealth
doing?
speed.
I'm still walking.
Are you walking at normal speed or
Slow.
slow speed? Like, are you stealthing?
Well, I don't have stealth, so.
Are you
Minus
not
by
stealth?
3.
No.
All right. Oh yeah, you're also wearing a gigantic
Yeah,
suit
exactly.
of body armor. Yeah,
Exactly.
He's wearing like a bomb disposal suit. No, he's pretty heavy. He's like.
Got down that rope, okay?
Boom. So are you continuing to approach, or are you staying where
I'm
you're?
gonna send my bird in
Okay.
to like poke it. Make sure it's asleep.
Your bird kind of goes and like sort of kicks it a little bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be moving. Your bird kind of like sticks its head under the tarp, and then just like.
Is it like super disturbed? Like does it
No,
feel
it just
agitated? No,
sort
it's
of
cool?
like it seems to like. Do you have animal handling?
I do.
So rolling your animal. Oh yeah, rolling your animal handling.
Okay.
That's a 12, I think.
12.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be disturbed at all. It seems to
Okay.
be sort of just like it sort of is. Its body language is relaxed, so you would assume that the situation
Yeah.
is safe.
All right. Well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you walk over. Are you gonna? So it's a tarpaulin.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like
just
so it's
gonna,
tarp. So you lift the tarp. It looks like to be some sort of maybe a boar. It smell, and that's when you like. and the
Yeah.
smell now comes back to you. The smell is
Like a
like the
warthog
smell
type
of like
thing.
like the smell of, you remember like cooking, like back in Africa, like someone cooking something of a meat that smells like this,
Right.
and it's sort of like, oh, and you, so it's really swarthy. It's really sweaty and like kind of like a swarthy
Good use of
smell.
swarthy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, and its skin it definitely is breathing very erratically. Your arrow is heavily. You can take it back out. You can use the arrow again.
Cool.
The arrow definitely has. You assuming that the tranquilizer that you used is in effect, but you're unsure as to what its status was before.
Yeah.
However, what you can roll on your willpower,
Okay.
and you can add any levels of fearless that you might have.
Yeah, that's 3.
Okay, so you're rolling on your willpower. So your willpower is 10,
Okay.
and then you're adding the 3, so you're rolling under 13. Yeah. Critical pass. So you are unfazed at all. It definitely seems as though it looks like, as you're kind of like looking, trying to surmise a little bit more about what's happening, like the boar status, it looks like 3 boars fused together. Like randomly along its body. Like it doesn't look like, there's no fuse lines, but it looks like there's like way too many feet. There's 2 snouts. One of the snouts is like sticking straight up from the middle. Like it's like sort of creepy. But it's definitely, whatever this thing is, it's alive. Okay.
While I'm walking and doing all this stuff.
All of a sudden, there's this like shrieking noise, and someone comes running out of the fire. Here, they're on fire, like this, and they're like covered in. They're wearing some sort of NBC suit, like you guys are wearing.
But they're on
except
fire.
they're on fire,
Walking
and
through
they're like,
this-
and they're running, like they're just running through the sawdust, and they're leaving flaming footprints in the sawdust, like this. And as they're running, and you can see that like the suit is like melting onto their body. It's like a rubbery suit, and you can see that like as they're running, you can hear them like as they're screaming. They can hear that like whatever is happening, it's like burning inside the suit, and it sounds like their screaming is like bubbling, like they're inhaling some sort of hot gases or something they're like not in good shape. And as they come running, they sort of like slowly like just slide to the ground here, and then they're just like, you see them sort of thrash a little bit, move, and then just completely still.
Jesus. I'm gonna go check out that body.
Okay. What's that? Sorry, I just had to.
Nice.
What?
Nice.
No. He just said, I want to go look at that body, and I said, it works out. Anyway, so you go over to the body. You're holding on to the shoulder, right, still? Drew, are you going with him?
Yeah.
Towards the body?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably coming too.
You coming too? Okay, you're coming over here. Are you going to go around here, or are you just going to, like, okay.
Around.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like some sort of scientist, maybe that's wearing some sort of NBC suit, and the NBC suit looks like it's melted onto their body.
It's still on
Can we-
fire, right?
Yep.
Can we see a name tag, right?
Can I try to like suppress fire somehow?
You want to suppress, like use your suppressor and shoot at it?
No.
Oh, you wanna
stop
put the fire out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. I think you said you want to
You
suppress.
shoot the dead body. You succeed.
Yeah. So how do you want to put it out? You want to kick sawdust on it?
Not really.
No.
So I have this suit I took like from this guy. I will try just to put
The
it on
the
and just
sequin suit?
yeah.
Let's see who does.
I will try just to hit fire with this, just like to
Sorry.
cover. You know,
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
use
yeah,
a blanket.
Yeah. Okay, so you sort of smother. You would normally roll first aid for that, but I'm just going to assume that you. Do you have first aid?
Not sure. Just a sec. Nope.
Okay, just roll on IQ then. I mean, normally, yes, you would assume that,
Fail.
Okay, you sort of
Just a bit.
manage to put some of the fire out. You also get some globbed plastic attached to parts of the suit, but yeah, it's the fire's not out. Drew, you want to do anything? Ruben, you want to do anything? You can just lie on the body with your suit on, with your. If you want.
Just hug it tight.
Yeah,
Don't forget to roll.
hug him. Give him a hug.
No.
You want to get pee on him?
Everybody.
I would
Everybody at the
assume
same
that I have
time.
some sort of water bottle. I'm pretty sure I
Okay, I'll allow it.
thought I did have a water bottle. No idea. I do
I'll
not-
allow it. I'll allow a water bottle.
Okay.
You want to use up your water bottle?
Yeah.
All right. Pour it on. You don't have to roll anything. You pour it on. It seems to put out most of the fire, whatever he didn't put out. Michelle, is there anything that you're doing with the beast here?
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned that it's gonna wake up any minute because since it was kind of sketchy
Yeah.
on the thing, I'm
Sure.
like it could wake up at any minute and just like tear us all apart.
Yeah.
But he's already dead. Don't care.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try and murder the pig.
Okay.
Soft spot and skull.
Okay. Yeah. What are you using?
I will probably have to use one of my arrows.
Okay. So you just like sort of stabbing it in.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll on your bow skill at a -2. Just sort of like stab at it.
So 13.
Yeah. Yeah, you're perfect. So you sort of like you're stabbing at it. You stab through the like the temple, like the
Yeah.
fleshy part in the head, and you as you're like and you can't really see what you're doing because it's kind of dark and you don't. I don't know if you're using your flashlight or not. You can if you want to.
I did not have one.
I think we gave you a flashlight
Did we?
because we didn't give Drew one.
Oh, I do. I have a mini one.
Yeah. So you can use your flashlight.
Yeah.
So anyway, you turn your flashlight. You're sort of like underneath the tarp, just playing around, and you stab it anyway. Like you start like stabbing it into the head, and like brain matter starts coming out on the end of your arrow, and like it's sort of like bleeding out, I guess, of some sort.
Sure.
But it still seems to be breathing.
Plot twist. It
Try
has
not
two
to injure
brains.
yourself.
Check its asshole.
Yeah. You want to climb up its butt?
I will climb up its butt.
All right. So you start like heading around to the back of the beast, and Celeste has had enough of you climbing up Beast's butt, so he sort of like walks away a little bit. So you're sort of like trying to hunt around here to try and figure out what the hell's going on with this beast. Ruben, what are you doing?
I'm going to try to roll the body over and try to just like inspect it.
Okay. So as you roll it over, you can sort of like try to pull the suit off if you want to.
Yeah, I'll try to. Or is it like?
It's soft, but it's not. It's not
So it
on
won't
fire.
stick- So it won't
liquid.
stick.
No,
onto-
it won't stick.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll try to take.
Okay, it takes you about 2 minutes to remove the suit slowly. Vitaly, is there anything you would like to do?
Well, I helping him.
You want to help him remove the suit?
No.
Drew, what do you want to do? Do you want to put on the sequin suit?
No.
The SSS? Okay.
I got nothing.
Okay, roll 3 dice.
Okay, that's something.
Okay.
Thank you for making it triple S's and not just like
5,
double S's.
7.
Yeah. You have this instinctive urge to put the suit on. Okay. It's like you start humming Sinatra under here.
I could take this. Oh wait, where am I? I'm not near
You're
the
right
beast
here.
though.
You're
I'm
here.
not near
Well,
the
you can
beast.
go
I
both.
I
You
want to
can
go near the beast and take like a
sample?
Just a sample, like a saliva sample.
An SSF, a small saliva sample.
Saliva sample.
Okay.
Damn it.
Okay, so you head over to this. You head over here. As you're like trying to, you put your head underneath the tarp, and you can see that it's like an arrow stuck in the beast's skull, and there's like brain matter like pouring out of it. You can also notice that there's. Can you roll on your willpower, please? Do you have any levels of fearlessness?
What is going on? Okay. 12. And I have fearlessness.
No.
I have bad temper.
Okay.
I have 7, 9.
You're wrong.
So,
Well.
Yep.
Okay, so you're fine. You also notice that there's definitely some sort of it's like multiple boars fused together in some fashion. So
Okay,
multiple beasts.
If I failed the
fused
willpower,
together.
what would have?
I can't tell you that.
Porcine centipede.
You'll be like weirded out, freaked out.
I'll just.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you're like taking as you're taking a saliva sample
I'm more freaked out by her.
from the boar's mouth, the massive boar moves and like presses you up against the boards, and you're like stuck against like, behind this like swarthy its butthole is like pressed you up against the boards, and you can smell it smells like it's swarth. Thank you. You can smell some like heavy swarth.
Fuck is Swarth.
Just what it sounds like.
Pick up Lucas and smell his butt. That's what swarth smells like.
Okay, duly noted.
So you can just guess, or you mean, you know, if you really want to,
How easily accessible is this butthole?
well, it's quite large and it's quite tight. So I mean, you're just pressed up, like like it's a little overwhelming, to be honest with you. Drew, you managed to get your sample, your SSS.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to try and rescue Michelle from her predicament?
No, it's too much fun. I want to see what happens. Yeah, okay, I'll go around there. I've got animal handling. I'll see if I can get her out of the asshole.
Okay. So yeah, just roll on your animal handling.
Oh, for crazy.
Wow, that's a terrible roll.
Horrible fail.
You also get stuck next to her by the animal. You're both
Giant
stuck
pig's asshole.
under the. Well, it's not really in its butt.
Okay.
I mean, you're like pressed up against
Okay.
the board. It's just shifting around in its sleep. It's still not dead, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though half of it's
I know this is a weird thing.
Dashed
but,
out.
you know, so, okay. So what do you want to do, Vitaly?
So
You've managed. So
helping?
yeah, no, you managed to get the suit off. You can hear both of these guys are kind of like. Celeste has gone to
this
curled
guy
up
is
and
like
gone to
dead.
sleep.
This guy is like.
No, he's not dead.
What? She's
He's
my
not dead.
hero.
I thought you
said he was
So probably should help
Yeah, he
him.
looked dead, but he's clearly not dead. I mean, he's unconscious, but he's breathing.
Do you have first aid?
Yep.
Go for it.
Yep.
$13?
No.
14?
That was
I have knife skills. I do.
failed by one.
Okay.
Do you have a knife though?
You're not able to you're not
cutting
able to
torch.
stabilize him.
You have a
And
cutting
it
torch.
seems like he's dying.
By the way, where is Anne?
Where's who?
Anne. Like,
I can't really. She's here, but she's not here. You know,
Okay.
like I
Wasn't she
didn't
in
hear.
like that room?
Yeah, I didn't hear from her, so I didn't know if she was coming tonight or not. So, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I just
Like
discovered he had a cutting
Cutting
torch.
torch might come in handy at this point to
You have to wake
Cut,
up.
cut
Like,
out
cut-
of the
like,
floor.
cut-
Sure. So you want to cut your way out?
Yeah. let's do
Okay.
us both out.
Okay.
One out.
Okay. So you.
Leave
So
me
you.
in there.
So you light the torch. Whatever this thing is wakes up
Oh,
and is incredibly angry with you. I'm going to show you sort of what it
With-
looks
with,
like. I
like
have
brainy sludge coming out of its skull.
yeah, brainy sludge coming out of one of its skulls. Yeah.
Oh, that's
One.
right. You've got two other ones. That's why
How
it's
many
still alive.
skulls?
Still have brain capacity.
Chicken's asshole.
How many skulls does
This is
beast
a
have?
weird-
It looks like it's got about 3.
Yeah, because like there's one.
Yeah,
like,
that's
coming out
the thing, it's still gonna be
Also,
alive, 'cause
so
the other
one
two-
head is down.
Yeah, the other two heads are still.
So this
Yeah.
is this is vaguely what it looks like. This is a pretty good
like
representation of sort of what it looks like.
It's like a Cerberus pig of some sort.
It looks kind of like this.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Some Akira shit.
Alright. That looks like from something like from Dante's Inferno, actually, isn't it?
It's sort of got
That
like
looks like
weird,
Dante's
like
Inferno. I think
it's,
it's the god,
let me
like
see.
the demon of glutton. I think. Yeah, totally is.
Okay.
So think about it, except the faces look more
Boorish.
boorish rather than humanish, but yeah. And it's quite large.
Cool.
What is Drew? What is your
One
basic
word for
speed,
it.
please?
My basic speed.
Yeah, your basic speed.
Is 5.75.
5.75. Vitaly,
6.
6. Ruben,
Is that no
basic speed.
5.
Okay. And Michelle,
5.5.
5.5. So
Your basic speed's 5.5.
Oh shit! I got the wrong thing. So yeah, 5.5.
okay. Okay, Vitaly, it's your turn. The beast sort of wakes up, and these guys are kind of like pressed up against, pressed into the corner right
Can I see any like normal head, like not wounded?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll shoot at it.
Okay.
5 bullets.
Okay, roll.
What's the roll?
Are you gonna roll? Can you roll fast draw, please?
No problem.
Thank you.
Anybody wants any?
I cannot say no to a mini egg.
Made it by 3.
You made it by 3?
Yeah.
5 bullets?
Yeah.
So how many bullets hit?
Oh no, I have fast draw by 3.
Right.
So what's wrong to make it in the head of the beast? Can I see actual eye?
Yep.
So what's the roll for the eye and
Eye
what's the roll for the
is
head?
minus 13,
Okay.
and head is minus 6. The head is quite large, the eye is not.
Okay, I will go for head.
Okay. Nice roll.
11
On
on
36.
No, 11 on. So it's minus 6, yeah.
Yep.
So it's 11 on 16. 5.
You fail by 1.
No. So my roll is 22. So minus 6, it's like 16.
Okay.
And I roll 11.
Okay.
So I made it by 5.
Yep.
Bro. So so I have recoil of 2. So 3 made it.
Okay. So roll for damage.
And get stats for it. So it's okay. It's same like 5d plus 1 on each.
Are you rolling once for the whole thing, or are you rolling 5
Whatever you want. So it's like
Well, whatever you want, but I mean it's
17, 18 on the first
18,
one.
18, okay.
But I'm good like with
Let's just do
18 by
times,
3.
18 times 5 is fine. That's okay.
By 3.
By
18
3?
times
18
3.
times 3? Okay, so
So
what
it's
is
like-
that? Drew, what's 18 times 3?
54.
18 times.
Come on, I think you were the mathematician.
24.
Are you?
You've got it.
53.
53? Okay. Is it 53 or 54?
No, it's 54, sorry.
Yeah.
53.
You got it
Are you a
right.
mathematician?
You said 50.
I don't think he is a mathematician. I just was
8
thinking-
times 3 is 24, carry the 2, plus add on to 3 is 50, so 54.
Okay, I'm a terrible mathematician, so I asked you to do it. I just thought you were a mathematician.
What happened to the head?
Pardon?
What happened to the
The
head?
bullet goes into the head. The bullets go into the head, and it doesn't seem to do any difference. There's sort of the
Still moving?
oh yeah, it's still moving.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So I can do like anything else. So.
No, you were like
Can I like what the rules are? Can I do like a step?
you were like like getting cover behind this dead body. I thought
Okay.
there's no real other cover anywhere
Yeah,
else, so you know you can be like right behind this dead
Okay.
body. You're like this.
Okay.
Okay, Ruben, what do you want to do?
Uh,
It's Drew. Sorry, it's Drew. It's your turn.
Positioning, okay. Well. Okay, so it's still alive. It's got 2 heads left, right? That's
At
all
least,
right.
yeah.
It should be extra damage for the head though.
Not if it's homogeneous.
Sir?
Not if it's homogeneous.
What being homogeneous?
It's an advantage.
Oh.
But I mean, I can't tell you if it's homogeneous
Yeah.
or not. But obviously, you know.
Can I use some combination of acrobatics and not acrobatics, sorry, animal handling and flexibility to get the hell out of there?
You're not really as pinned anymore as you were, but you're very like in very tight quarters, and you're still holding this torch.
Oh, okay. Am I at a spot where I can aim at one of the other heads?
Not really. No, you're right by the asshole.
shove it up his butt.
Fuck me, this motherfucker.
Now I can tell you that because you're so close to it, if you use the torch on it, you might get either set on fire or take some damage
Yeah,
from
no,
the fire.
I'm putting away the torch. That's not.
Okay, so that's your action is putting away the torch.
I can't take out my.
You can
At
drop
the same time, can
You
I
can
take out
you,
my?
you
can
can
drop
drop
it as, like,
you
free
can
action.
dropping is a free action, and then
Okay.
taking out an assault rifle would be your action.
Okay, I aim it like right, like up into the asshole.
No, you're just taking it out. Think of it as taking it out. It's like taking it out and like getting it
Do
ready.
you
to
have
go.
like fast draw?
Yes, I have fast draw.
Right.
That's
So
right.
then you can drop the torch, roll faster on your assault rifle to take it out.
Oh, I can't just take it out anyways.
You can, but then it takes an attack.
So
If you roll
normal-
fast draw, you
Fast draw,
can
then I
shoot.
can attack again.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 12. Seeing how my rolls are going, this is obviously gonna fail. No, passed.
Okay. There you go. So you pull
Alright.
the assault rifle out. You're right up, like
Spraying
close
up.
ended.
Yeah.
How many
Okay,
bullets?
shoot.
How many bullets are you shooting?
All of them.
Okay.
Emptying the
No.
clip.
Okay.
No.
Are you,
Okay,
well, you
wait.
can.
How many rounds do I have? Like,
It'll should tell you how many rounds you have.
Yeah.
I think it's 20 or 30.
Jesus.
wait. Oh, shots 30 plus 1 bracket 3.
It means there's one in the chamber.
Oh, okay.
The clip holds 30, the gun holds 31.
So what's the recoil of the gun?
What? I thought
Recoil.
it holds one, just one in the
No.
chamber. What?
It holds a clip of 30,
Yeah.
and then there's one in the chamber.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah,
normally
yeah.
people only have
Just
29, right? They've got 29 in the clip, and they chamber one round, and that's the one bullet. But
Yeah.
you could potentially have 30 in the clip and have one chambered before you put the clip in. But who does that?
Nobody.
You know? Well, maybe you do.
I do.
Of course you do.
I mean, not character.
You mean you as like you as Vitaly, the Columbine killer? Got it.
I mean, in my Hunter rifle, I
and
could
the
just have
sequin
like
dress
2
underneath.
rounds in the magazine, so
Yeah.
I can like chamber one and,
Right,
and
and then
another
you
one.
shoot, yeah. Sure.
10.
10.
10.
What's 10 for?
That's how many he's using.
That's how many
You're
I shoot
shooting
in
10
the
bullets, okay? And roll on your
What's recoil on the rifle?
What's that?
RCL.
I can play common sense.
2.
2.
So normally you're not gonna make it more than you have like successes divided by 2. So like 10 is quite a lot. You're probably not gonna make it.
So what I'm basically saying is that
So to make like all 10 rounds in, you have to like to make the roll by 8. Oh, sorry, not by 8, by 18.
you have to succeed by 18,
Yeah,
which is physically
to
impossible.
make like all 10 rounds in.
The reason why people often shoot a lot of bullets is if you're shooting into like a corridor,
Yeah.
you can shoot into the corridor to see how many, like there's a higher chance that at least one bullet will hit.
Yeah.
Well, like he's right next to.
Yeah, that's right. So there is,
That's what I
so
mean.
well just roll
So
and let's
it's just
see.
gonna recall. I don't know how you the math
Just
works.
just
basically.
roll and see.
Well, I don't want to do 10 shots if it's just gonna recoil and waste all my shots. Like.
Well, you get there's a slight modification because you're so close. There is a higher chance that more will hit.
Okay.
So
Whatever.
as long as you roll, as long as you pass by 8, all 10 hits, bullets will hit.
Okay.
I'm like sticking it right up his asshole, right?
Yes.
How can I miss?
It's the way that GURPS works. You can potentially have a gun right up next to someone's head and miss when you shoot because the recoil makes the bullet miss.
Okay.
It's just the way that the gun works. I have
So is
point
there
blank
any
rules, and that's why I'm giving you
Yeah, no,
a 10
I don't
point
understand
bonus.
how does the recoil work. Can you just explain how that works so I can figure
Yeah.
it out?
By the way, you can give them just like modifiers for the size, like bonuses to the roll.
Right, that
Just
makes
explain
sense.
how the recoil works.
So
please.
let's say, for example, your skill on rifle is 12,
Okay.
and you roll 10. So you roll under your skill, and you've made it by 2.
Yep.
If you fire 10 bullets, only 1 bullet will
2.
hit.
2 in
Sorry,
this case.
2 bullets will hit because 1 bullet hits because of your success, and you've made the roll by 1 divisor under your recoil. So look like here. Let me explain it like this. So this is like a success, right? To hit is a 10. I'm sorry, I should be making it this way so you can read it. That's a 10. That's 1. Each recoil unit is 2.
Okay.
So if you make it by 4, two more bullets will hit. If you make it by 6, 3 more bullets will hit. If you make it by 8, 4 bullets will hit.
Oh, if
You
my,
make it by 2,
If
only
my skill is 10, you're saying?
if your skill is 12
Oh.
and you roll a 10, you've made it by 2.
Yeah.
So an additional bullet hits. That's 2 bullets hit.
So if I roll like a 6, then 2 more bullets hit.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
So and I'm saying normally, in order for you to fire 10 bullets and have all 10 of them hit, you have to make it by 18,
Yeah.
right?
That's impossible.
But, which is impossible, but because you're firing so close, I'm only saying you have to make it by 8.
Okay.
So if your skill is only, so what's your skill in an assault rifle? It's under guns. Guns rifle.
13.
13. So in order to make all of them hit, you have to roll under a 5 or less.
Okay.
So you don't have to say 10. You can say less than 10, right? You can say, in order to like make do for the recoil, if you know what your skill is, you can be like, oh, it's realistically that maybe I'll make it by X number of, like how many, you see what I mean? You're sort of taking a gambling risk, right?
Yeah.
Are you confused?
No, just tired. I'll
Okay.
do it. 12. So
Okay.
I
So
pass
you-
by 1, so I don't get any bullets in.
No, you always pass. If you pass, you get 1 bullet in. It's how many extra bullets you get in.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So
So
I get
every recoil, every time you
I get it. So I got 1 point. I got 1
right,
bullet.
you get 1 bullet in. So roll damage on the gun.
Oh, it's for. Okay, it's 4 dice. Plus armor piercing.
Yep.
No, it doesn't have armor piercing. That's the pistol.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 12. So 12 points of damage. So the bullet, you sort of like try to stick the gun like up against it, and as it fires like this, some of the bullets like score off its flesh, but one of the bullets sort of like goes right in like in front of you, and it sort of like it looks like think of the skin as being almost like a plastic bag filled with water. And as you because it's like close to where the intestines and the asshole of the beast is, and so as you shoot it, you basically get splattered by like warm fecal matter and like blood. Like intestines are like piling all over your face, and you can just like smell this
Because
strong.
of my bad temper, I go into a rage and rip the entire beast apart.
Okay, there's like a heavy amount of there's a heavy level of swart like surrounding your body right now.
Okay.
Ruben, it's your turn.
On that note, okay, I'm gonna smoke.
Okay, well, what are we going to do when we get to your turn in combat? Just skip it?
No, I just do the same thing. I just keep shooting. I just like tearing like everywhere.
You're going to tear it everywhere?
I'm just tearing everywhere. Yeah.
Okay. Like you're going to like just stick your gun in the hole and just like, okay. Interesting. It's a good strategy.
Random shot.
Okay, Ruben?
So can I see the board from here?
The board war, as they call it. You're looking into you have night vision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can sort of see the board.
Would there be any minuses because of like the lighting conditions?
No,
There
you're
could be
okay.
bonuses for the size.
Yeah, you get +1 because it's so big.
Okay.
Normally when I buy these, I always buy like the biggest bag possible. But
Well, that was the biggest bag
Oh, is it?
possible right now. Gotta wait till Easter for like.
Yeah.
So which means the store was really small.
And you know,
Yeah.
they sell mini eggs all year round in Canada, but they don't anywhere else.
I know.
Like in the
Really?
States, yeah.
Since we bitched enough about
Yeah,
it.
we complain about it.
That's what we do. We write angry letters until we get our way. We don't riot in the streets. We just like email.
God damn you, Cadbury.
Dear Mr. Prime Minister.
You know supposed to put grenades in there?
No.
Okay.
It's like
Just,
when a customer tried to argue taxes with me
You.
over coffee.
Nice.
Yeah.
You
My
should have
coffee.
just said, we refuse to serve you.
No, I just said, look, if you have a problem with how we're taxing you, please take that up with the Ontario government.
I bet
It's
they
like
love
it's
that.
really happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because if anything is under $4, you only get charged a 5% tax. But if it's over $4, it goes to the full 13%. So they didn't understand this. So I had to kind of break it down to them that their one coffee was under $4, but then if they got two, it went over 4, so they had to charge an extra. So it ended up being an extra 36 cents. And they sat there and 2 days.
So
They came back the next day.
what the?
He brought their friend and tried to bitch at me more about it.
I mean, you could have ran it through as 2 transactions, right?
Hmm?
You could have ran it through as 2 transactions.
I could have if they separately came.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know about it.
But yeah, no, they came the second time around, being like, "Can you believe this?" And I was just like, and I offered to pull up the government website for them to show them exactly how it works. And he's like, my girlfriend owns a business, and this is not what she does. And I'm like, well, she's kind of doing something illegal then. And then he kind of like shut up a little bit. He's like, when was all this? I'm like, since 2010, sir. And he's like, oh, and he just like walked away.
You didn't buy coffee the second day?
He did. They still bought coffee, but they ran them separately that day.
What are you doing, Ruben?
I'm going to shoot at the boar.
So you get +1 from the sides, you get +2 from the laser sight,
Jesus. Okay.
and you get +3.
I love people.
Do you? Me too.
They're the greatest.
I like secretary birds even more though.
Yeah.
Now I always ask for one coffee.
Sorry, what's the bonus?
+3. +1 from the sides of the beast, +2 from the laser sight.
Okay.
Do you have a scope on the gun too?
Why would they do it this way? It's like,
Why
Like a red dot sight?
I thought it's like 13% on like everything.
No.
That's it.
No, it's under $4. It's only $5.
Nice. You hit. You want to roll for random hit location, or you aiming for main body?
Can I see the third head?
Well, the third head would be -5 to hit, which you should have said before you fired. So it's
Yeah.
either
No,
main
I'll
body
just-
or random.
Yeah, I'll hit main body.
Okay. Roll for damage. How many bullets did you shoot?
3.
Okay. So what did you roll?
10.
10, and your skill is?
13, but 16.
And then you get
with-
+3?
Yeah, so it's
So you
16.
pass by 6. So the recoil is what? 3. So 3 bullets hit.
Okay.
Roll for damage. So it's the same recoil. Oh, sorry. The recoil in this gun is 2. So you hit, so 4 bullets hit.
Oh.
And you've got a stock that reduces recoil by 1 on the MP7. The damage is also, so you know how
Well,
this,
3, no?
well no, this on the old gun it was 3. You hadn't rolled
Oh,
down
right,
the stats
okay.
on the, using
Oh.
the new gun, right?
Yeah.
So the new gun has 100 shots because it's got an extended clip,
Okay.
like a basically, so not a drum, but like it's a really long,
Right.
really long clip.
Yeah.
And the rate of fire is 24, so you can also it's like shoots like 750 rounds per minute if you wanted to. The damage is 3D -1.
Jesus.
So you can just roll once and then times it by.
Yeah. So 7, 8 times.
No, it's
Why?
3D -1.
Oh.
So 7.
7.
Yeah, times.
Times however many bullets.
Right.
3.
So
So that's 4.
what's
No,
5?
3.
It's 5, right? Because you
You only shot like 3.
You shot 3,
Yeah,
so
so-
all 3 hit.
Yeah. Okay, so.
So it's 7 times 3. Yeah, 21.
Yeah.
Okay. As the bullets hit, there's small little explosions. So you can roll an additional 2 dice.
From purple ammo?
Nope. You don't know what kind of ammo it is. He didn't look in the gun before he shot
right,
it.
yeah, it is. I did.
Yeah. So it does an additional 8 damage times 3, so it does an additional 16 points of damage. A huge
Christ.
chunk of the thing sort of bursts open and flesh starts pouring out and entrails and
it's
more
still-
body parts. Oh yeah,
it's still up.
Oh yeah, it's still up for sure.
Jesus.
Michelle, it's your turn.
We
Okay.
have to pick like shotgun on the way back.
Yeah.
The big mess that is made on the side.
Yep.
Is it just like a gaping hole?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah, you could climb right into it if you wanted to.
Yeah,
But you
I'm
would
gonna-
have difficulty maybe breathing if you were in there, but you can roll to hold your breath if you want, but I don't know how long you want to be in there for.
I don't know. I was gonna just stab my way through to the head from the ass end.
You
Try to do as much damage as I
you
can.
could do that, but you might also potentially die from suffocation in the
Maybe.
beast.
Can I move shit out of the way while I'm going?
Think about being in a swimming pool, and the swimming pool is filled with bags of watermelons. Like you can move the bags of watermelons around in the pool as you're swimming through it. It doesn't mean it gives you oxygen to breathe, right?
Right.
You're still in a liquid environment. It's not like a room full of balloons that you're just moving around.
I don't know. Okay. Is there anything sharp nearby?
Drew, I think Drew has a knife on his belt which you could grab off.
No, I asked him. I don't think he's got a knife. I think he's got a knife skill, but no knife.
Yeah,
That's what he's told me.
He doesn't.
What's the point then?
Oh my god, this guy.
There's a cutting torch. There's a cutting torch on the ground that you could grab.
Dude, just torch his butt.
But like, there's no other objects in the general
Not
vicinity.
really, no. Well, you're kind of like smushed up against the corner of this room, so there's not really a lot you can.
Yeah.
You could call your bird over to start attacking.
Yeah. They're pretty good at pulling guts out, but and yeah, it's a good bird. Sure, why not?
Okay.
We'll use
So Celeste is gonna like come over and attack in the next second.
Oh yeah, because there's like this new mess over here.
Yeah.
too, eh?
You just got fresh mess. Okay. So the thing attacks Drew.
Oh no.
My bird?
No.
Or, oh, okay.
Oh, it's fine.
The beast attacks Drew. Where's Drew? Drew? You still smoking? It takes a long time to smoke.
7.5 minutes. Jeez.
Is that how long it takes to smoke a cigarette?
That's how long it takes me.
Wow. Well, so someone want to dodge for him or something?
Nah.
Well, you have to roll for attack first.
I already attacked. I already
Oh.
passed the attack. That's why I said.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, roll this and roll under 10.
I can't make any promises. See?
No.
Okay, so Drew gets sort of crushed into the wall by the
So we
by the
know
offal and
what will
the
happen
asshole.
to his spine.
Can you roll on roll 3 more dice? We're rolling on his health now. You got to roll under hard to subdue. Doesn't have 6, 11. You fail by 1 point. Okay.
Poor Drew.
Uh,
I can't.
no. So he takes 3 points of damage plus 3, so 6 points of damage. And he seems to be unconscious. You sort of see his body get like crushed against this,
Yeah,
like
he
you
just
hear like
like
cracking noises, and then he just falls to the ground.
Oops. Alright.
Vitaly, it's your turn. I'm gonna look
So
at Ben and
I'm
say,
shooting
Vitaly,
like
it's your turn.
third head.
The third head you can't see, it's somewhere on top. You'd have to climb up there. It's like in the middle of the body somewhere.
Okay, so I will shoot like just at the main body.
Okay.
For again, so it's like +1 for the size, yeah.
+1 for the size, yeah. And then any bonuses you have from like short range scopes. Are you using
like
this?
7 bullets.
Okay. 7 bullets.
So it's like 12 on 23.
Okay.
So it's like made it by 11. Recoil,
Yep.
so it's 5, 6 made it.
Okay. He's returned.
You're dead, man. 10, 15,
What?
16. 16 times 6.
The board crushed you against the wall.
The board crushed you against the boards. You try. Corey tried to dodge for you, but she failed.
Oh, okay.
And then you failed your health roll to stay conscious, so you're lying on the ground here. You've
Okay.
taken some damage. You're down to 3 hit points. You're not. You're not out.
96 total.
96 total. The
Yeah.
boar completely explodes. like just guts like flow all over the ground.
Yeah. So
And it's
like
just
we're covered in that shit.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy.
Covered in that shit, literally and figuratively. And this is like the pool of liquid
Holy crap.
that's like basically spilled out all over the place.
With love from Russia.
Inside, you can also see what looks like to be.
Smaller boar.
Yeah, they all like mini boards. They all had like attack out. And no, you see, there is inside the body. There's like maybe 6 lab coats. Like sort of just like, and like you can see like the bones and the skulls and the
Okay.
vertebrae of humans sort of like in the soup.
Oh.
And
We
it
have
smells,
this back
just really bad.
Super Bones, new band name. Okay.
Super bones?
Super Bones.
Super bones, good. I like it.
Definitely.
I remember I told I was at my mom's house, my parents' house, and they have a Google Mini, and for some reason, like it's supposed to like listen to only their voice, but like my dad and I's voice is very similar. So when like my parents were like, you know, making they're 75 years old, they're like a proper British like couple, you know, and they're like making dinner, and then I was like going, and I'm like. Okay, Google, play death metal, and it's like, and my dad can't turn it off. And he's like trying to figure out how to turn this thing off, and it's like, okay, so someone's got to do some first aid on this guy here.
Pretty sure I'm the only one.
Listen, Google is playing death metal.
Oh wait, I want to know if it
How did that? Where's my phone? Oh, there it is. That's fine.
Nice.
It's not even from my. It hurt me from like down here.
It hurt us through a phone, probably.
Yeah.
sounds like Vital Remains. Can you see what track this is?
Yeah, of course. Playing Deliverance of Horrific Prophecies.
Liar.
I don't know. You do?
Deliverance of what?
I'll tell you. I don't know. White Christmas by Frank Sinatra.
Deliverance of Horrific Properties?
Yeah. Deliverance of Horrific Prophecies. Okay, enough of that. Speaking of that, so you pass?
Huh?
You passed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Drew, you get 1 hit point back.
Uh-huh.
So you've got 4 hit points.
That's something.
And you're conscious.
Yeah.
You're quite bruised. You're bruised by an asshole. Quite a role reversal, huh? Man. Okay. So yeah, you're good now. You sort of get up sheepishly and pick up your cutting torch.
Guys, since you're already in this like pool of Samson, can you just check badges on those like codes, lab codes?
Most of the badges that are like compromised, like melted by like stomach acids. There is one badge that it looks like to be somewhat usable. However, what it does let you know is that like the plastic badge, the inside of the plastic badge has some sort of circuitry inside it. Like it's not just like a smart chip or something. There's actually like some sort of circuitry inside the badge, and it even looks like there's places inside the badge to attach some sort of whether at least some of these badges or at least 2 of these badges that you can see that are in this beast were not just made to be swiped. They were actually like became part of a circuit board. Like you would sort of clip them into something and they would get maybe clamped down on or be attached to jumpers and would become part of a larger circuit. Like think of it being sort of like a graphics card, putting a graphics card into a computer and like clipping it into like a PCIe slot. That sort of style of card. It's not just an access card.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them? Okay, so you get Drew. Are you collecting the cards?
Sure.
Okay, you get 6 ID badges. That are like most of them are like the outside sort of coating of the badges is melted away, so you can't see like the names or how they were used.
Each fused into an individual circuit board that can be put
Yeah,
into
so it looks
some
like
lab.
you might maybe clip it, or how it would work, whether you're going to slide it in or whether you're going to like clamp it down, you're not really sure.
Into some larger computer.
Into some larger computer, yeah. It doesn't look like a regular swipe card.
Which one is like my actual sheet? I have 2 here. I just noticed. Is that one, the top one, eh? With the animal handling?
It's this one.
Yeah. It's like
You alright?
Just seeing where my memo thing is. Oh, I should have one.
The memo thing?
Oh, I did. Quick memo, yeah.
So we have another like almost dead body. We have to check this guy out.
Yeah, he's not dead.
First
Anyone else has like first aid?
First aid, I'm pretty sure.
You can roll again, but you're -1 to do first aid on this guy because you've already failed one on once.
Back.
I mean, it's better than not doing first aid on this guy, I think.
Yeah.
You know, just don't fuck it up. 15. You roll 15.
It was on 11.
On 11? Yeah, he dies.
Not like that.
He dies.
Fuck!
He didn't get stabilized. Not you, Drew. You're okay. This guy here. This guy died.
Who's that guy?
He's a scientist that was on fire that came running out of the flames.
Let's grab this guy and bring him toward this like pad.
Okay. Okay. So you bring the guy over to here.
Yeah.
Okay. You put his hand up. You're gonna cut his hand off and like carry it
No.
down here, or you're just gonna put it.
Just
That
put
is
it
a
like
good
Okay, you just put it up and this opens.
Let's actually cut it off so we can have it.
So
Open
It
up the doors.
says, it says, welcome Goronovsky.
What the fuck?
So we will put the body in the way that it's not gonna close, like the door not gonna close.
Yeah.
Right
It's
in the doorway.
like a soft door jam. Can you move this out of the way? Sorry, bud. And you gotta move your bag of bacon jerky out of the way
Yeah,
here.
here.
Yeah, I know. Terrible, right?
And I basically at this point I will cut his hand
Okay.
and carry it with
You have a
me.
knife?
Yeah.
Okay.
Use the hair to tie it to the waist there.
Okay. So this is very similar to the other rooms that you've seen in this sort of type of thing. There's actually areas like this where this is like thick one-way glass where you can look into this room through the appears there's some sort of like slots in the wall that you didn't see before, and you can see into this room here, and then there's like a gigantic like computer bank here. And then on the other side here, there is like an amphitheater of seats. I'm not going to draw them like a movie theater. All the way along. You also notice up on this panel here, there's sort of like a computer screen that you can look at, and you can see different information on it, and it looks like they're sort of showing the way that there is a formula, a gas that is released into the air, and it causes animals of a similar DNA type to basically fuse together.
Works on humans?
It just says, it doesn't say humans, but it does not say human.
Wait, what's the
Like any red button we can press to try it?
Plug our,
what is the
our
thing about
comedians into it.
the?
Huh?
Plug Archimedes, the AI. Plug it into it.
You want to do that?
What like our AI knows about it?
Well, you had to plug your computer into it to get the
Yeah.
information.
Sorry, what is it showing? Something about fusing or something?
It's saying it's basically, it seems to be a computer monitor that's saying that there's a gas that's being developed, and when animals of a similar DNA type are exposed to the gas, they will kind of fuse together.
Do you guys want to fuse together?
But we don't see this though since we're. over
Yeah, you
there.
guys are still,
Yeah.
you guys haven't gone anywhere yet.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a big red button you can press to fuse
Do not
fuse.
use that.
Pretty cool, man.
So are you gonna
Be
plug
fused
the
together.
AI into it?
Yeah.
Not 10.
I'm gonna share a butthole.
You might just have two buttholes. It's just sealed in the middle. The
Just
heads
a
are in the
mass
middle, and
of
it's just
walking
gigantic.
buttholes.
So you plug
Yeah.
Archimedes in.
Yeah.
Okay, you plug Archimedes in, and it's sort of like you say, "This is most interesting. Please wait. Processing."
No.
And then all the computer displays go blank, and it's just like, I have all the information now.
So what you can tell us about this facility?
Well, it seems that this particular silo operates on researching biohazardous and biological agents for altering for altering forms.
Can you operate this facility now?
I should be able to operate this silo anyway. Yes.
So you have access to all the cameras and things like this?
There are very few cameras, but I do have access to the ones that I can see on here.
Can
It
you
seems
show-
like there's quite a large number of disarray. There's a fire raging on about 17 levels of this silo.
Okay, can you show us the cameras that are like operating?
Yes, absolutely. One moment, and then like a camera pops up on here, and you can see what look like to be. It looks like a room similar to what you'd seen on some of the other silos, like a gigantic lab. And there's maybe 30 or 40 scientists working normally. Like they don't seem to be like
Aware that there's
aware.
other
Well,
stuff.
whether they're aware or not, you don't know. But they don't seem like hurried or distraught by anything. They're just like working away. They like you see like they're all wearing NBC suits, and every once in a while, like one of them like pushes like the helmet of the hat or the headpiece of the NBC suit, and then like looks into a microscope, and then like writes something on a little pad of paper.
What
and
level is
turns-
this?
Pardon?
What level is this?
This is on ground 12.
Mm-hmm.
Some 26 levels below us.
26.
26 levels below us. Yes.
So in the elevator we had like no 26 buttons. There were just like 10.
Correct.
So how can we get there? Do you have a map?
Oh, I showed you. Remember, I said some of the
Yeah.
buttons led to multiple floors.
After like the numbers,
The colors.
the brown.
The colors were like different.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, I should be able to operate this elevator. I think, yes, you're definitely going to have to put the fire out. That will allow me to gain access to the electrical power.
Which
the
fire?
electrical system.
On all 7
The fire, no, the fire that's on this floor.
Yeah. We could
And
use-
then like he says, right there, and then all the lights turn off except for like lights around like this corner.
Mhm.
Can we use the carcass to cover that?
So any
Okay.
any fire extinguishers around? Like there should be.
It's like, I believe there are. I don't have access to the internal ones. It seems like there's some
But
levels.
I mean,
that
like
are-
just hanging on the walls.
Are there-
Yes, absolutely there are.
Are
So
there
let's try
sprinklers?
this.
No, I don't have access to the sprinklers. Is what I said. For some reason, I don't know why some of the environmental controls I don't have access to.
So anyway, we should scroll through other cameras probably first.
Yes,
So what
absolutely. Let's do that. And he like flashes to another one that shows what looks like to be a human that's strapped to a chair. He looks like he's dead, and like his face is like there's two faces, like facing like two faces, like looking in two different directions like that, and his face is like frozen, and you can see that like there's portions of his skin that's split, and the skull is like growing in weird shapes like out of the sides of it. And then he like flashes to another camera, and it shows a chair, and the restraints are broken, and there's no one in the room.
Lovely.
And then it flashes to another room, and you can see it what looks like to be a warehouse that's maybe about half the size of a football field. And the camera is in the corner, like in a corner, scanning back and forth, and it looks like there's like probably 300 or 400 tanks of gas with different numbers emblazoned on the sides.
Mhm.
And then you see a Secretary Bird run by.
Sorry.
You see a bird run by.
The Secretary Bird.
Yeah, she's hanging out down there somewhere.
Something like that.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's good. Perfect.
It's just a soundbite from Hellraiser.
Romans,
The
yeah.
twins?
Yes. Which one?
So that's all? Like
Blood
another
Ones.
cameras?
Yes, there's other cameras. There's a camera that shows like a computer server, and you can see it looks like portions of the computer server have been pulled out from the main core. And Archimedes says, this would explain why I don't have access to all the systems. It seems someone has disabled primary core access to some of the environmental controls
In this silo.
in this silo. Correct.
What
Yes, all the
level is
silos are separated.
What level is this?
This looks like it's on green 4.
Anything else?
Flicks to another one, and it's a cafeteria. And there's no one in there. and then it flicks through the next to the next 4 cameras, and there's just static. It appears like that's all the cameras I have access to. I believe that at least 2 of them that are on static are in this area that is on fire.
Mm-hmm. So let's deal with the fire. Let's look for fire extinguishers and go fix it.
Okay. All right. So what do you guys want to do? You're you guys are looking. You're both in here, right?
Yeah.
So you guys find 2 fire extinguishers in this room.
Cool.
Drew, are you guys looking around in here, or you guys want to do something different?
Well, what's my bird doing right now?
Your bird comes running back from. She was down in this. She went down a hallway here somewhere, and she's just come back. So sort of comes running back in, like.
Making those exact noises, right? Okay. Was there something down there, or like the bird seemed interested in checking that out?
Yeah, the bird found something down there. Yeah, for sure.
Sweet, go in there.
The bird pees on Drew's leg.
Aww.
And then it looks at you, glowers at you.
Okay.
You know what glowers is?
Yeah.
It's like swarthy, but anyway, flies over here. Flies.
Alright, well, going after.
So are you gonna split up a little bit?
Oh, I'm going where my bird is going.
Okay.
Like it knows the deal. Safe zones, shit like that.
Okay. Drew, what are you doing here?
Go to like the theater to actually. I'll go along the wall and look for fire extinguishers.
Okay, you look around this wall here and you don't seem to find any fire extinguishers.
Okay.
You sort of point in various directions.
Generally look around for.
You're like, oh,
certainly not.
you do find one in the elevator though.
Oh, sweet. Okay, grab that and
Okay.
yep. Go towards the fire. Try and put
Okay.
that.
So you guys are going towards the fire.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you start approaching the fire, you can see that it looks like there's some sort of conduit in here somewhere that's like a broken gas main or something, and there's it's like no matter how much you start trying to put the fire out, and it's just there's no way unless you can turn off this gas pipe, this gas main, you're not going to be able to turn it off.
Yeah, can you lock this pipe? Just shut it off.
He's like, I know, I can see where the access panel is. It has to be closed manually.
Of course.
Where?
It's about a floor and a half below where we are right now. You should be able to access it through this door, and then these
What does that have to do
these
with
panels
playing
start
out the fire?
flashing.
What can't we?
It's a gas main, so it's like.
there's like a
it's
broken
shooting
gas pipe that's
Yeah.
Oh.
it's on fire.
Yeah.
You know, it's like in Doom where you want to go down a room, but you can't go in a room because
It's on fire.
there's some sort of modem that's stopping you, and you have to go to another place that's super scary to turn off the gas
Yeah.
pipe. It's like that.
So also, can you show us a map layout and where is a second exit from silo on top surface?
Okay, I only have access to the map of this silo.
No, but it should be exit from this silo to the very top, another
Correct,
elevator.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. So it shows where it is, and it seems that this exit comes out underneath where that very close to where. Remember where you tried to walk into that tunnel, and there was that weird electromagnetic. It's right in that area.
Yeah, but I mean, this elevator, is it on this floor or somewhere else?
The way that yes, it's basically behind on the upper behind this elevator. There's a door that opens, but you're unable to open that door until the nuclear threat has been.
So how then Russians got here?
I don't know. I can't see the Russians. Who are the Russians? Is Russians here?
So we asked him already about Russians.
Yeah, but he's asking. He doesn't know about Russians in this particular silo. That's what I'm saying.
So we suggest that some intruders may came through this silo
Correct.
down here. So do you know anything about this?
I can't see very much from here. I mean, there might be some access in the lower levels that may perhaps connect to some of the other silos.
So can you give us a notice if anyone will be opening doors on this
Absolutely, yes, I can
Yeah.
definitely let you know.
Okay.
It looks like there might be access to the nuclear reactor from this silo.
Which floor?
It looks like Brown 18.
So let's try to shut off this fire first, and
Okay.
then we'll see.
Okay,
So just
do it up. Okay. So as you head down this corridor over here. Sorry,
No,
let's
go ahead.
put this in the middle here. Oops. So there's like a tube going down with a ladder here, and in this room here is a. It looks like to be some sort of like a ready room or like a preparation room of some sort. There's some tables in here, and there's some drink machines on the wall. And then at the back of the room here, there is a rack full of what look like to be, well, they kind of look like this. And these are about maybe 8 feet. And there's some sort of like a little electrical switch on here.
Almost like a cow prod for a mutant.
Right, some sort of like holding thing. And then on the other rack, there are 12 G36Cs.
oh, that's nice.
Gee,
What caliber?
Pardon?
What caliber?
You have to take a look.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was more than.
So guns?
Yep, guns.
Cool.
What kind of guns?
Assault rifles.
G something.
G36C. No, I can't see properly. Yeah, it's 5.56 millimeter. So same as the gun that you have.
Any like weird colors on that?
Looks like this.
Yeah.
It's got like a Picatinny rail, and then like a sort of enhanced, built-in iron sight of some sort.
So, sorry. So, any like weird colored ammo?
No, but all of the guns have hard drum ammunition.
True.
There's a drum
Okay.
on each.
Mhm.
So it's a drum of 250 rounds.
Jesus.
Anyone want to take it?
Don't have you enough.
Do you have the SMG, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have rifle skill.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be an upgrade from your current assault rifle.
Okay.
So we're all in this room now? Is that
yeah,
what's going on?
yeah.
Okay.
And it takes the same rounds?
It does. It takes the same ammunition.
Okay. I wanna upgrade mine, then like switch the clips.
Okay. Done.
What's the new weight on
And you-
that?
I'll send it to you so you have it, but it'll be.
You may just in case you may take like another drum, like from second one.
But the drums are not really light. They're not light, right? I mean, the
Yeah.
drums are pretty heavy.
I like 250.
It's about 6 pounds, I think.
It should be quite a bit.
How much weight can we have overall? Like,
Your weight is listed here. So you've got no encumbrance at 24 pounds, or light encumbrance at 48 pounds, medium encumbrance at 72 pounds, heavy 144 pounds, and extra heavy is 240. You can go past that, but keep in mind as you're going past each of those, it's basically lowering your basic move.
Okay.
right? So if you're at this level, you walk at your regular basic move. So you've got a basic move right here, 5, right? So when you're unencumbered, you move at 5. When you're lightly encumbered, you move at 0.8 of your speed. So it's a little bit lower. And we would work that out based on, but I mean, as you go down, I mean, you're moving slower and slower, right?
Yeah.
And you're also dodging
Oh.
less and less. So what most people will do, like when you're like heavily encumbered, is you're like, let's say you're carrying like a big heavy machine gun. If you know that you're in danger of someone shooting at you and you want to dodge out of the way, you'll just like drop the gun and dodge, right? Or you have like a backpack on, and a lot of people when they fight in GURPS, when they go and fight, they're like, when there's danger, they'll like hit the switch on their backpack and drop their backpack on the ground and then fight unencumbered and then pick up their backpack at the end of combat.
Mm.
So like, for example, I think the reason why you're so heavy is because it's listed as you being really heavy is because of the flamethrower. So the flamethrower that you have is not as heavy as the one that's listed.
Oh,
Just
this
no
is-
other. That's saying
thing
what your
involved.
weight is, but your weight isn't that. We already worked it out that you're only lightly encumbered
Okay.
because your flamethrower is built into your gun, basically, right?
And what do these BLs mean? Times BL.
Basic lift. So basically so your encumbrance is based on your basic lift, and your basic lift is based on your strength,
Okay.
right? So if you increase your strength, it'll increase how much you can carry. Just like any other like Fallout game or whatever, where you sort of like hit switches and you
Yeah.
decide what you're gonna do. All right, what do you want to do?
I want to know what my bird is interested in.
Yeah, it seemed like your bird had come from down this hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From down.
What? I thought it like flew over from the body and went over there.
Yeah, but remember at one point you guys were flicking through the cameras and you saw that the bird was in another room.
Oh yeah.
So that was, the bird had sort
Yeah.
of like gone off on its own to like
Do its thing.
do its
Check
thing,
things
yeah,
out.
to checking things out.
Yeah.
By the way, what about your tracker?
What about what?
Oh, well.
The tracker.
Still got a
Tracker?
ways
Yeah.
to go down. It's still going to show me.
Yeah, it seems like the tracker is that whatever you're looking for is not in this silo, it's in the other
It's
silo.
in the island.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Do you have a garbage down here? Throw my gun out.
It's not for gum. You put it in.
Okay.
It's a no wet garbage, that's why
Well, I'm interested in what the bird got interested in. So
Sure.
maybe I'll just like scoot down.
Yep. So you can climb down in here.
Sure.
So you climb down here, there's a long hallway that goes along. And it opens into, I'm not going to draw it here, I'm just going to
Yeah.
draw it on a piece of paper
Yeah.
because otherwise it's going to end up like being underneath Vitaly's computer. So when you go down that ladder, it heads into a hallway.
Mm-hmm.
The hallway has 2 doors, and then at the end there is a what looks like to be a grate, like a like a cell door. Except the cell door has been bent. 2 of the bars have been bent open, and it looks like that's where your bird went. Was through the bent bars.
Oh.
Like your bird did not bend the bars.
No,
But
I know that.
Your bird
He
could
can't.
fit between the bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he can't bend those bars.
So that's where like AI leads us
Yes,
to shut
Celeste
off
is a male
this
bird.
gas.
Correct. Well, the AI is saying basically you have to go through this door in order to shut the gas off. It doesn't say to go further.
Yeah.
But
So-
your bird had gone. Your bird didn't go the same way. The bird went,
Yeah.
through down here somewhere.
Yeah, keep
Okay,
following
so
the
you're
gonna
bird,
keep
man.
following the
I'm
bird?
interested in what the bird's interested in.
So-
wherever,
Yeah.
We will try the door.
wherever he takes me.
Okay. 1 second.
Yeah.
So you open this door in here.
Yeah.
You go through the door here.
Well, I looked through the door first.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Wait, could I fit through that?
Through this hole. Yeah. You can both fit through the hole.
Okay.
Well, no, you can't fit through the hole. Not wearing your armor. You'd have to take your armor off in order to fit through the grate. You'd also have to take your armor off to fit down the ladder. To be fair with you.
You can't even like just turn sideways and kind of
Yeah,
Shimmy
he's
through.
way too big. He's way too big.
crouch down.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to take my arm off.
Okay. Okay. Do you wear anything else underneath it, or is that like it?
Just in the buff.
I have my uniform, but that's about it.
Yeah, basically that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
it's
it
like-
from the Hurt Locker.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's
No.
like I said, you
Right.
just like walking through.
Okay. So you take off all your armor. It takes 10 minutes to remove all your armor. Okay. You're wearing like a skinny, thin, sort of like SSS,
Okay.
but not sequined.
Cotton.
Yeah, I think Drew is like falling asleep in his chair. Anyway, yeah, you're sort of wearing like a thin, like ballistic suit of some sort, but it's not really very protective in terms of armor. It's got a DR1 against cutting, so it's not.
Anything
really
I've learned from any games, the more revealing, the higher the armor
That's right.
rating.
That's right. Only if you're a woman, though. Unfortunately.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
range of that.
Oh, good for me then.
Yeah, you're like, yes.
But my character's also 14, so.
Right.
Well, just play a Japanese game.
There we go.
Yeah,
It works
again,
as always.
go. So when you head, are you going to walk down this corridor here? Or are you walking? So you guys are going through. Ruben, are you guys both going into this?
Well, where did the AI tell us to go?
The AI told you to go this way,
So we're
but
going that
okay, you're going this way as well. Drew, which way are you going? Are you following
I thought we were
Michelle?
over by the fire was going.
No.
Oh.
No, everyone's gone down here.
Okay.
We've moved on from the
Okay.
fire. You want to hang out in the fire?
No, I just saw these guys are still.
Yeah,
so I
don't-
just assumed.
This is just when it's combat. Usually I move that around, but yeah, this is where we are now. We've sort of gone down this hole here and then gone into this like next area. So you guys want to go to what? You're following the bird, right? Corey?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll get to you in 1 second. Are you following Michelle, Corey's character, or are you going with everyone else down into where the AI is telling you to go?
Go where the AI is telling us to go.
Okay. So when you head down here, you can see what looks like to be there's a number of tubes and a number of pipes, and it also looks like who has some science skills?
He does.
I have
You have like science?
like actual science.
Yeah, actual science. You have like
Mathematics.
you can roll on mathematics or at your mathematics -2.
Okay.
Applied mathematics times -2 actually is what you want. Do you have applied mathematics, Drew?
Just mathematics.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Applied, yeah.
And what level is your
10.
applied? So you're both rolling at a 10. So you can both roll if you want to sort of like roll, figure out what this might be. Oh, you
I
don't know.
rolled the same.
I got 4.
You got 4. Okay. You know that this is some sort of like collider,
What?
like a hadron collider, like a.
Oh shit.
There's some sort of like device underneath here. This is slightly curved, and whatever is going on in here, this is like whether it goes below or underneath this. There's some sort of like atom smasher basically in this facility.
Oh. Is it on?
Nope.
Okay.
It doesn't appear to be on anyway. So I'm gonna give you. So you guys basically have to head down one of the corridors of the Hadron Collider in order to like find out where this gas valve is to turn it off. Michelle, I'm gonna get. Sorry,
Yeah,
Corey, I'm
no
gonna
worries.
get to your character now.
Yeah.
You head into through the sort of the where the where the bars were pulled apart,
Yeah.
and you head into this area, and it seems like your bird was taking you into a location where there were all those what do they call it? Like they looks kind of like a brewery, like kind of like a gigantic
Yeah, the
like
vats.
the vats.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's vats everywhere in here, and all the vats have different names on them or different numbers on them. And then there are also what looks like to be like the equivalent of oxygen tanks, like that size, with
Yeah.
a small,
Your valve.
like valve. Thank you at the front, like a sort of a spinning valve, and they're all listed by different numbers and different colors. And then right at the very end, you can see it looks like there is a person lying on the ground, and they're wearing a gas mask, and the gas mask is attached by a long tube to to one of the what looks like one of the oxygen tanks, like one of those like nitrous, like those ones you see in the grocery store for like filling balloons, like that size. And he's like lying on the ground. He's wearing like what looks like to be like a prison jumpsuit. And he's got there's a number 6 on the back of the jumpsuit. He's just like lying prone on the ground, and the bird is kind of like just like silently
pecking at him or some shit. Yeah.
Kicking him a bit. And he's not really.
Careful, they don't want to hurt him. That's a powerful kick they got there.
And he's just like lightly.
Yeah.
It's like a gentle kick.
Look, you what a baby. I mean,
You would never have it.
I wouldn't kick one, no.
Well, you could like nudge one with your toe, you know? It's
Yeah.
like a nudge, like a toe nudge.
Did you watch the video?
Which video?
I don't know, there's probably a PSA about
About kicking babies?
that.
Shaking
Shaking
them.
babies, apparently you're not supposed to shake babies.
I don't know. I never tried.
There was a video.
It's never
That
too
little
soon.
necklace that goes in here?
Yeah.
All you needed to see from that video was the title.
I think what I'm gonna do
Well, it could be
first
babies. Should you kick them?
is use
Sure.
one of my whips
I'll sit down.
to time up,
Okay.
and then I'll remove the mask to see what happens.
Okay. So are you gonna like whip him from far away?
No, he's unconscious.
You're just gonna tie him up with
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
do.
Okay, so you're gonna tie him up with the short whip or the long whip?
The short one.
Okay. So you have knot tying?
I don't.
Okay. So you can roll on your dex.
Okay. This is pretty high.
It's okay.
12. 12.
Okay. So you feel like you've tied him up, okay?
Okay. I hate that. I hate when you say that. Anyway.
Yeah, well, you know,
It
not
feels
saying-
okay.
It feels, you're like,
The poison
I mean,
feels alright.
you're like, well, I mean, the poison worked. So if
I mean,
anything,
I'm
it feels
14, so like, how,
Yeah,
how
you're like,
awesome am I? Yeah.
S Club 7 is the best club.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
S Club 7, you know what S Club 7?
I remember when they jumped up in the air and they did
You
that
remember,
stupid
you
S.
remember, yeah. See, come on, Drew.
It was a
7.
terrible Much music show about a band and basically their life as a band. It was like the 90s version of the Partridge Family, but
Ain't no
less
party
fun.
like an S Club party, gonna
Yeah.
show you how.
Yeah.
S Club, ain't no
Um,
party like S Club party, gonna show you how. And then it's like,
Yeah.
Zach knows how to something, and
Oh,
knows
yeah,
how to do
yeah.
something.
Go through this whole
do.
like intro of what they can kind of do, maybe make a sandwich. I don't know.
Yeah, something good.
Yeah.
What do you want to do, Vitaly? So you're tying up the thing?
Yeah.
Sir?
So you tied up the guy using the small thing, and you were going to take his mask off, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just
We're
trying
trying to
keep
figure
everyone-
out where the vent is.
Okay, so you sort of go along the tube for some time, maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, not very long, and the AI is saying, oh, the pipe is just up ahead, and as you start getting closer to the area, you can start to feel like metal objects on your body start to sort of like vibrate a little bit.
Great.
Not like heavily, but it's very similar to the feeling that you got outside of that corridor. Remember when you're like,
So how far is the vent? So can we see it?
yeah, you can see it just ahead. Maybe like 30 meters ahead.
How's my Geiger counter?
Your Geiger counter is fine. The Geiger counter is
So
not.
any like
all
damages
the way.
on our way? So,
Saturday for $100 a day.
so anything like damaged up there? So
You can just see there's just like a
I don't work that shit.
like a tube, and then there's one of those, turn gaps, and there's like a little arrow pointing at the. This looks very generic. Doesn't look harmful, but it's definitely further ahead. And as you've been moving closer and closer into this like space, the metal objects kind of vibrate more and more.
so anyone has a rope?
You have a rope?
Yes, I do.
You have a rope?
Pretty sure. Still kind of something.
So I will drop all my metal things, tie myself with a rope,
Okay.
leave them a rope, and
Okay.
try to slowly like come closer to the vent.
Okay. As you start walking, do you have any fillings in your teeth or anything like that?
I
No
don't think so.
cavities that are being like filled with. There's no metal implants in your head or
hope
anything
no.
like that. You hope not. No. Do you take off your boots?
Like all metal parts.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah. So you're wearing very little,
Yeah.
but you're sort of crawling along towards the piece. So as you get to the pipe, you don't feel, you sort of, your head is like swimming a little bit, but you don't feel that bad. Oh, can you roll health, please? HT.
So, yeah, I made it by 2.
Sorry. Made it by 2? Okay, so you feel fine.
So I shut it off and go back like as far
Yeah,
as I
okay. So you shut it off and you start heading back. You get a little bit of a nosebleed, but other than that, you feel fine. It's
can.
gonna
So
keep you-
did it got better after I switched the shut off the valve? Or?
Didn't change.
Didn't change.
Didn't change. So we've gone back to you. So
Yes.
you've tied the guy up, and you pull the
Mask
the mask off. When you pull the mask off, it looks like inside the mask there was another tube. And
Oh,
the tube
it's
goes
lodged down.
and the tube goes down his throat.
Keep pulling.
Okay, so you like sort of dislodge it. Okay, so as you like pull it out of his throat, his esophagus like sort of like pink socks like out of his pink socks out of his
Sorry, I
throat.
just pictured that.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, you're like trying to stick it back in.
No. Like, I know realistically, just, nah, there's nothing I can do about
Once
that.
you prolapse
Yeah.
someone's
Esophagus,
esophagus,
like-
there's not much you're gonna do.
No.
Or are you gonna try and do anything to it? Or are you just gonna leave it as it is? You're gonna like.
Well, I'm 14, so I'm probably like, oh shit. And then like,
So as you sort of like drop the hose and drop like the thing, you take your hands and you can feel like you look and it looks like your hands are sort of like kind of stuck to the esophagus in a bit of a way. Like it's sort of like attached to your hand. When you look, like you try to pull it away.
Yeah.
When you touch the esophagus,
no.
you can feel the esophagus.
Okay.
Like as if it's your body.
Oh, weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so the esophagus is like stuck to your hand.
I was
you
like
can
confused
feel-
in with my, I got esophagus stuck to my
Yeah,
hand.
so there's now like they're sort of like fused to the other guy through
Okay.
the esophagus that's coming out of his.
Can I like take my boot and like try and pull it off my hand?
Yeah, you can. You have to roll on willpower,
Okay.
and you don't get any of your bonuses to willpower for this.
11.
No.
No.
So you can't. You start pulling it, and it just hurts.
Oh.
Like you feel like you're trying to like pull your own finger off, or pull your
Okay.
like separate your. You might have to like
I've lost a
get
finger.
someone to
doesn't
cut it
really
off,
hurt
or
that
like
much.
yeah. So something is.
Yeah.
It's attached. It's you're basically trying to like tear your own skin. Like it's if I was to say you now like tear your hand off. You'd be like, ow, it hurts. And it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Your bird is looking very concerned.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So yeah. So you guys head back down the.
esophagus on my
You guys
hand.
head back down the. Head back down the pipe towards
Yeah.
towards.
What's
here.
I tell this?
Pardon?
What's I like telling about this shut off? So did we
Oh,
succeed?
oh, sorry, Archimedes. Archimedes says, yeah, like you should be able to now put the fire out,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
right? So as you head back down this corridor here, yeah, you are.
We'll take a peek at the way she went.
Yeah, she went down this way. You can't really.
Can I,
you can't
can
really.
I come back like dragging this body?
Yeah. I'll also.
Don't you have a knife? You can
No, I
just
don't
cut
have a
some of
knife.
this
No,
stuff
no knife. I've got arrows. No knife. Uh-oh, what's going on here? What's going on? Makes me afraid. Okay.
No.
Okay. What is this?
Some of your statistics are altered.
Like a lot, though.
Well, that one is, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Apparently, esophagus makes you super strong.
yeah. So you've lost a little bit of IQ. You're
Okay.
feeling a little like foggy headed.
Okay.
And as you're like dragging this body back behind you, all of a sudden like the weight of the body feels a lot lighter, and you turn around and you see the body is like following you, just like walking mindlessly,
like a puppet.
like it's following you like that. And we're
Like a
gonna
puppet master.
and we're gonna stop there
through
for
the
the
esophagus.
we're gonna stop there for the night.
Attached to the esophagus and it's just.
It's walking like I am.
It's like attached to her
It's like
arm,
mimicking
and
my
as
movement.
she's moving, it's moving at exactly the same
Well,
speed
I'm
as you are.
attached to it
Yeah.
via esophagus.
Because it's incorporated your DNA into its
Yeah.
whatever.
It's like
Yeah.
fused with me.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's fucked up. That's very Cronenberg.
I'm excited.
There you go.
Right?
I got a puppet. Can I make it dance?
So you can decide, over the next couple days or whatever, or the next week, whether or not you want to continue to play this character or not.
She does, yeah.
Because like there's essentially probably two sessions until you can
That's
play again,
exactly
depending on
it.
whether we play next week or not. If we do play and you're not here, we have to decide if you don't want to play this character and we're
Yeah.
making something new for you, then I can use it as an NPC.
Well,
if you don't, then we have to decide how we're
Like,
going.
like I said, we initially created this character with the intention of it being a red shirt.
Right.
So-
But you
yeah.
said also that when you started playing, like you might enjoy it.
I do,
So,
but at the same time, it's like
Right.
I don't mind disposing
Okay,
of it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's more fun for me anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. I know it was a bit of a strange session today.
It was very mentally tired.